By the way, 2 days left. Almost 1 day.
With that, let's get started.
Woohoo!
All right, gentlemen, thank you for joining. Once again, we returned for the Sunday session. Last time we left off, the party had managed to sell a few gloom daggers for their supplies while splitting up amongst themselves. Unbeknownst to them, the items seemed to contain a rare rage-inducing poison that, when the runes on the dagger are activated, seem to stab its wielder. After nearly being defeated by both Thrid the Stoneheft and Gurzo Goldmaker, the party managed, with the help of Regan Utham Grunaga, to defeat the two shopkeepers. Though the unfortunate cost of Gurzo Goldmaker, the magic shop owner's life, as his body was too weak to withstand the poison's effects so long at... Here, one moment. Let me fix something. There we go. Alright. Where was I? Yes. As his body was too weak to withstand the poison's effect for so long. Meanwhile, Dom and Uldren found themselves KO'd by the shopkeep Gurzo and temporarily visited by a strange flame-bearded dwarf that was depicted as carrying a great axe in bronze armor. Though awakening before they could find out the entirety of the situation, the mysterious figure seemed to offer Dom and Uldren a deal, a favor for a favor and a life for a life. Though, as both would be spared from signing the deal, the party, now injured and recovered, can't help but wonder how it's all connected. We come back to you lot now, all having spent the night resting, relaxing, trying to catch your breath and contemplate what was going on, gathering down for breakfast. Give me a second. Uldren, who would be being the first to awaken with his package being brought to his door, a loud knock brought towards your room as you lot are brought down to breakfast. Now having your item and the rest of the party gathering together, you all sit down in the bottom floor of the guild slash inn of the great and fantastic Last Breath Adventuring Guild.
So,
I'll head downstairs.
I mean, we're all eating breakfast already, Doug.
Yeah, you would have gotten your item right before and then head down with the rest of the group, Uldren. But yeah, as you all gather around the table, kind of relaxing, the tavern seems quite busy as people are moving about. A few adventurers here and there, but mostly it seems to be very much focused on the soldiers who seem to be coming in and out, asking questions or taking deliveries.
Ned, how'd you sleep last night? Doing good?
I mean, I slept all right.
I feel like we need to get you, like, a mossy bedroll. Just, bring some nature wherever you slumber. Maybe, like, a moss pillow? Or something?
I mean, I guess so, but really, I could sleep on anything. A rock,
That sounds uncomfortable.
piece of wood.
Yeah.
Well,
Sounds less uncomfortable.
it's not always about being comfortable. It's about being safe out in the nature, you know?
You know what? I completely understand. Uldren, Dom,
Also,
how are
it's
your
better
wounds?
than sleeping on the bear's ass. They don't like that too much.
I mean, it is very fuzzy. I've held bear ass fur before in my time.
Well, that's quite frisky of you, my friend.
I mean, it was dead and it was a pelt, but
Sure it was.
Yeah.
Is the fur
I'm
softer
glad
on the
that
rope than on
you-
other parts?
Not. Anyway, Uldren, Dom, your wounds. How are they?
As far as I can tell, I would hope they'd be more healed than they are. I still hate the idea of being bedridden.
I understand, but we want to make sure you don't have any permanent negative effects on your well-being.
Can I look over Dom's wounds?
Yeah, go ahead and give me a heal check.
Yeah, I mean, we're gonna have to
I'm
replace
close.
the bandages
Wow,
anyways.
I rolled like shit. 12.
Don't worry.
With the 12, yeah, you start looking over the wounds overall. They seem to have closed up cleanly. The scar having been removed, the magic itself seems to have done done wonders to Dom overall. There's very little markings to even show there was an injury there before.
All right.
You look like you'll be all right.
All right, Dom. It looks like you don't need bandages anymore. It looks like it's healed up quite nicely. Aldrin.
How are you guys inspecting my wounds? I'm clothed at the table.
Sorry. The power of medics can just strip people down at light speed.
You just have
We just know how it
X-ray
works.
And Ned
Yeah,
seems
no social cues. I like hold the shirt open a little, check the wound.
Thank you.
as you
And
do
my
so,
wounds are
you
quite
do
fine, friend.
as you pull it open, Ned, you do notice some strange markings on the body for a moment that kind of flash and catches your attention. Give me a spot check real quick to see how much you catch.
Yeah, all right.
I'm being forcefully stripped in the.
Just an
also
8.
a 12.
12.
Just an 8.
Birthmarks, no.
Keznok and Ned, as you kind of looking over, Uldren kind of admiring his commas at this point. The two of you look over. Keznok, you kind of getting a glance, seeing Dom looking uncomfortable. You kind of avert your eyes out of a respect almost immediately. Ned, not having the social cues that you're accustomed to. Something catches your glance of a very like a rough patch of skin or something strange, like a rash or maybe like some sort of like raw stony skin on their chest. But just as quickly as you notice it, the shirt closes back up.
Yeah, my monk reflexes kick in, and I'm quickly like buttoned up in a second or whatever. Ned, I appreciate the concern, but I like to be clothed in public.
But it's a lot more freeing this way.
It's also very cold out.
Now,
Yeah.
Aldrin, it's your turn.
I will just go ahead and unbutton my shirt. Show it'll scar. That's it. It's gonna scar.
As you look him up and down, even without a heal check, you do not see a scar on his body, but you do notice, as you both look over, as Uldren's not really hiding anything, opening up everything, giving you a pretty simple glance, you do all notice as he kind of looks away, like to the side, holding open the shirt, a strange fire, or like what looks to be a brand of an axe on his, kind of closer to his hip, on his lower stomach.
Would that mean anything to me, growing up in Fire Giant country?
You can try and roll a knowledge, heraldry, which, if you have that, or nobility, or you can try a knowledge religion, if you have that.
I do have knowledge religion.
I will also say, along my sides, I do have scales.
Interesting. 15.
That's true. Yes, 15. As you do look him up and down, seeing the strange scaling that seemed to be kind of dulled by the color of the flesh, although still hard patches and clearly, obviously, scales of some sort of serpent-like creature. Looking him up and down, you seeing this mark for a moment, Keznok. Something about it seems familiar. It's not a fire giant thing, but you remember seeing this mark in a vision from your goddess at some point. You're not sure why it's not clearing. Your head seems to cloud every time you try to focus, though, onto the subject.
I then rebutton up my shirt.
As
I'm
you
just
do
gonna, like,
so,
whisper to Aldrin, just like, scales?
Do you really want to know?
Kinda.
Father is a dirtbag who just happens to be a dragon.
Dragon. Wow.
Do we overhear
Yes.
this? Hear this?
this is the two of them seeming to whisper in as Keznok got real close to say this.
Can I do a check to listen in?
A listen check, yeah.
Wow.
You're
You know what?
listen
I was totally like there to like avert my eyes to the things going on underneath your shirt, but wow.
I'm a dragon. Thank you, Cheston. I'm a dragon.
Listen checks for whoever wants to try and hear this.
I'm not trying to hear anything, but I do lean in and go, I can whisper too.
Okay, Ned. How's it going?
Oh, God. What'd you get, Dom?
19.
19.
Wow! Wow. Rude.
Yeah, you hear every bit of the conversation, including Ned's obliviousness to what's going on as he leaned in and whispered.
Alright, I don't say anything, but you know.
Alright,
Dom's
listen to her
listening.
over. I'm
I'm
cool.
averting my eyes though to be kind, at least in
I'm-
appearance.
I'm cool with it. I'm pretty sure the rest of the group's cool with it. I'm not sure how the average frost giant feels about dragons. I mean, I got no idea. I know there's a little bit of bad blood.
Hey, is that a half dragon asshole? As you hear Bolof's a large frame come marching from one of the back corners.
No, just a short fire giant. I am what would be called a midget.
As
Oh,
the
what's a
smell
Martian midget?
The smell of curdled milk starts to waft in the air as this shirtless, very girthy frost giant comes closer. Those who had failed their fortitude saves previously. Yeah, the sudden, like, almost loss of lunch hits you once more. However, for some reason, he slightly smells better than normal. It's hard to tell, but for those who failed fortitude saves, you're not forced to do one again.
Dom's just smiling
So-
politely, unaffected.
Hunter, I'm not sure if you asked. I'm 7'1".
Yeah, you're shorter than me even.
Bolov comes walking over and slams his hand on the table, his gut kind of leaning up onto it and slightly like lands onto it, kind of pulling the table towards him as it leans, making a couple. Yeah, some of the plates kind of move slightly to the side, and he goes, "You're short and a dragon fucker."
No,
I don't think
never
fucks
fucked a
dragons.
dragon.
Oh, so your father fucked a dragon. As he looks,
No.
gets down into your face, his very nasty, gnarled teeth all bust up, his multiple chins kind of pushing down onto his chest. The smell of rot from his mouth is horrendous. Almost sound like he has just licked the business end of a cow.
Not a big fan of talking about my ancestry.
Ah, so you do fuck dragons, and your parents are dragon fuckers too. I knew it! I should have told Utham's letting goddamn dragon fuckers in here, and I've got to put up with it as he kind of lifts his gut up a little bit and looks you dead in the eyes again.
No. I think Utham would be very surprised to hear that I fucked a dragon, but should that ever happen, I'll be sure to let him know myself.
You did what?
I'm not sure.
This man is accusing me of fucking dragons.
He looks.
I say with the calmest face, straightest face possible. This man's accusing me of fucking dragons.
He looks side to side
Well done.
as Kesnock's laughing. Ned looks confused. Dom just kind of holding their plate, eating. He looks over at you and goes, "Are you making fun of me?"
No,
I'm
no,
laughing
of
at
course
Ned.
not.
He looks between the
Ooh,
two of you. I got a short stuffed dragon fucker here, and I got over here the prettiest giant I've ever seen. You're prettier than my daughters. As he looks at Kesnock. You heard me. You should be working those corners in the brothel more than you should be fighting in a battle. I mean, just look at your robes.
I've heard they serve good soup there.
You see the guy just the crack in the guy's face as he looks over at Ned and goes, "Are you missing a few twigs in that there tree of yours, buddy?"
He's got a patch of moss on his brain.
Hey, Ned looks like he has no idea what he's talking about.
Well, just kind of stands back up, straightens his back up, puts one of his hands on his hips, and then rubs his gut with the other and goes, "Your lot aren't even worth it." And he turns and walks away. His side to side looking like two minivans trying to pass each other in some very tight leather pants that look like they're a few sizes too small. What?
Would Dom know if this is his normal behavior or if Bolov seems especially pissed off today?
Well, roll sense motive.
Because I'm noticing that, he wasn't this hostile to us the first time we met him, so I'm just, curious. Let's See,
No,
sense,
but he
motive.
seems to have a problem with people that fuck dragons. I don't know why he has a problem with me.
14. Didn't roll that great.
He is normally, although kind of an ass, he's also noted as very a jolly and laughing person. This is very out of character for him to be so interested in someone like that.
Can Dom get up to, like, kind of walk over and talk to him?
Yeah,
If he's, like, walking away.
yeah, he seems to be heading towards one of the corners to sit down with a few other drinking buddies. As you follow him over.
Dom will, like, kind of try to get his attention before we're at the table, so, like, his buddies, and just, like, have an expression of, like, concern and go, "Is everything okay, Bolaf? You seem off today. I know the newcomers can be a bit much and grind certain gears, but is something the matter?"
Yeah, looks at you and kind of like rubs his nose, then goes to scratch his crotch, and he looks at you and goes, "Well, Reagan chose not to include me on the raid that's happening this morning. I'm not too happy about that."
He didn't. That surprises me.
No, and that damn little bastard over there, I'm betting is responsible with his scales. The dragons are all in cahoots with those Gloom.
They are.
I mean, ain't it obvious? They send half-breeds like his ass, as he says this really loudly, to come and bother us, and come in here and take up the quest from our people and sneak in their Gloom brethren. Of course he's nothing but some sort of scaly betrayer.
I have a question. Don't we know that the raid was open to volunteers? Because, you know, he was like, you don't have to volunteer to help, because he like, Utham knew we couldn't handle it.
Correct. Utham did mention that. He didn't mention that you guys shouldn't join. He did mention he is going to be looking for volunteers, yes.
Mm-hmm. So, all right.
What I said was don't be stupid and fight a Gloom at your level.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Well, nonetheless, it's like, well, wasn't the whole, like, raid thing, like, up to, like, volunteers?
Do you say this out loud, Kiz?
Yes.
You see him turn towards you, and just the slight annoyance turn to anger as he starts pulling a dagger out of a small pocket, and starts to unsheath it and walking over towards you.
Pull off.
Huh? He's calling me a coward. Do you hear? I'm gonna kill him. I'm gonna skin him, and I'm gonna take that little frame of his.
Ignorant. If Utham did say he was open to volunteers, I'm sure he must have changed his mind. Otherwise, Bolaf would be first on the line, always eager to go out into battle. Isn't that right, Bolaf?
Roll a bluff check.
Is it bluff so much as, like, me trying to, like, talk him down?
Uh-huh. You're
Like
you're trying to boost his ego. This is a bluff check.
Oh, I genuinely don't know if he always runs off in
The thing is that is Dom lying here?
I was gonna say,
Yeah.
I figured he would be. That was more like a player.
That is your question. Are you trying to boost his ego through trying to lie to him, or are you trying to?
I'm trying to stroke his ego so he chills out, which I think is more
I'll tell you. I'll let you roll diplomacy. Go ahead. Let's see what you got.
Okay, cool. I was gonna say, I'm not so much trying to lie through my teeth as it's so much as I'm trying to be like, hey, look over here, look over here. Forget about Kez.
Hey, listen.
Yeah, let's see what you got.
Listen. Oh no, it was on a nat 20 and rolled off. I still got a 14, but I didn't get high.
He is going to roll for his sense motive.
Dom's just trying to keep the peace.
And he goes, that's right. I would have been the first if he had let me. And yeah, he points his knife over at Kesnanok and goes, and your pretty ass didn't volunteer either, so I don't want to hear it.
You're right.
Yes.
Puts the knife away.
Keza look from, like, behind Bolaf, and I'm sure they have, like, an exchange where they're like, okay.
Thumbs up.
And then when Bolaf, like, looks back at Dom's smiling a bit, and then goes, it's strange he wouldn't let you go, but perhaps he thought someone as strong as you just needed to hold down the fort in his absence, huh?
That is true. I'm stronger than that damn rock golem he follows around. I should have been his right-hand man, but no. He chooses some golem to do it. And he kind of like stands up a bit taller, sucks in his gut a little bit, and kind of turns and walks off.
I'm definitely thinking to myself, like, man, I should tell Utham that. Let's see what happens.
Yeah.
Like, let's set up
I'm
a
already
fight.
writing it down.
Let's set up a fight between the rock golem and this guy right here.
Well, I'm already saving this
David.
information for later.
Yeah, I think we all are. Kind of sit back down with like a bit of a sigh and just shake his head a little.
Yeah, as you do it, sitting down, kind of sighing, one of the gals working behind the counter comes over, brings out a fresh round of drinks. Noticing you didn't order it, not saying any sort of request of charge, as they just walk back and not giving you a slight nod and head back to the bar.
Nandra kind of gives a bit of a nod and will sip his drink.
Okay, as you are drinking and enjoying yourselves, the rest of the tavern seems to quietly start to clear out as you are kind of enjoying your breakfast. Eventually, Bolov seems to vanish as well with his with his 3 other drinking buddies that seem to all go kind of head out around an hour after the whole situation happens, leaving you lot there by yourself.
Should
Well, I'm so like I don't think don't we need to follow the things that we sent to you for like the 1 day off period or whatever?
I will be accounting for that in a minute. Yes.
Okay. Yeah. So I guess, due to the battle yesterday, I think today is just going to be like a chill day. We're just going to do what we want to do around the town. That seemed fair. Maybe not do anything too crazy like going out and fighting something, but
Dom kind of scowls a bit.
Dom, I know that we just had a fight yesterday. You were hurt pretty bad. I know it's healed up on the outside, but we don't know if there's anything internally that's wrong. So I mean, how about we just keep it cool for today, and we'll see how things turn out. I don't want like any spare shard of metal inside you or anything.
I feel like I begrudgingly will follow your medical advice, Kez, but do we need to talk about what we heard regarding the accusation that a potential Gloom woman spoke to I don't actually remember the name, but the Frost Giant.
It was one of the it was the son of the Frost Giant blacksmith, right?
Yep.
One of those ones, yeah.
He made mention.
Yeah, the one that went up in pink smoke.
That's doesn't sound like a Frost Giant. Also, what me and Uldren went through yesterday still sparks my concern.
If
Although
I'm
I
correct,
don't know we can do much about it.
Uldren did see something at the top of the mountain, correct?
I did.
So, Uldren, did you end up telling Utham about that?
I did.
Good.
Okay.
I made sure that information was delivered to him.
Okay, so he knows about that. The woman that went up in pink smoke. Well, I mean, I'm not really sure we have much to go on here unless Utham is willing to drop information. I'd say in the meantime, while things are being handled, we should, do what we can around town. Maybe after today, go up to the quest board and take a look at if there's anything else that we can do.
Just keep our eyes out for any citizens acting suspicious, especially supposedly a Frost Giant woman.
Mm-hmm. Which, I mean, we're in a Frost Giant city full of Frost Giant women, so,
The hay and the needle in the haystack realization.
Yeah, the needle in the haystack, and the needle looks like hay.
All right. As you all kind of start getting up,
It'll go off in pink smoke, and that'll give it away.
As you all start kind of getting up, deciding to split up and kind of doing your own things, going down the group, we're gonna kind of go start from the top. We're gonna start from the bottom and go up to the top because Keznok and Dom, as you two will find yourselves going to the same location.
Oh, sweet. Hey, Dom.
We're gonna start with the Ned to start with. In the meantime, Uldren, if there was anything you want to do in the morning, feel free to PM me. If you're not doing what you're already planning to do, which I believe we talked about, but I want to make sure that's still the same plan. Yeah. So
It's still the same plan, I think.
okay, perfect. Ned, yeah, as you kind of watch as Kesnok heads down back towards the clinic, Dom heading up towards the castle, Uldren seeming to head off towards the castle as well, although taking a different one of the side streets and vanishing. You kind of head down the road, having heard from a couple passerbys about something called a butchery, thinking it was something completely different, something to do with raising trees of a certain sort. You head down the mountain, following one of the guides, heading towards where the rangers and druids of the stronghold are set up outside of the mountain, where they raise the mini giant boars and wolves. As you find yourself heading down there, though, after about 2 hours of climbing down this kind of rough mountain towards the bottom, entering into the butchery and seeing a couple of very grizzled looking and very leather outfitted with different bits of nature, trees, moss, and such attached to them, figures, two of which to be looking like ancient looking frost giants who immediately as you walk in are both cutting up what looks to be a large boar's leg, just chopping into it with a massive butcher's cleaver. As they both look up at you as you enter through this door, a very rundown building with a bunch of meat kind of displayed everywhere.
I think I'm in the wrong place.
One looks over at you and goes, "No, brother. You are going to join the new grove," as he puts his hand on your shoulder.
Where are the bushes? I already have a grove.
This, as he waves his hand around to the different types of meats, and he goes, "This is your new grove, young one."
But animals are nature.
And they taste delicious. The world gives to us.
Is that what my hamburger is?
All those meats that you've been eating at the tavern, yes. In fact, we don't sell many vegetarian options here in the city of Hrimperser's last hold.
Oh my god! And Ned just starts running.
You turn running out, screaming, following the trail back. The butcher looks very confused, looking at the ranger, and they both kind of shrug it off as your screams are heard all the way up to the mountain. Legends will be told by that grove for weeks, months maybe, of the screaming mountains that never vanished. As these screams are heard from long into the distance. As you head back up to the city, we're gonna jump over to Uldren.
I'm just telling everybody what's happening at the butcher shop, and I imagine they all already know, but
Many of them looking at you like you are like completely with confusion and concern for you. A couple of them trying to take you to the clinic to get looked at.
They're crazy in there! Quietly!
But Uldren, as you
animals at the butcher shop. Oh my god.
as Ned is off into the city telling of these great atrocities being taken out at the bottom of the mountain, telling anyone who will listen. Uldren, we jump over to you as you find yourself in the training quarters of some of the elite or more knightly soldiers amongst Utham's order, who seem to be sitting up in the barracks, working about, training on a couple of smaller obstacle courses and a large track where they seem to be doing mostly a massive amount of cardio. As you kind of looking at this, watching and seeing the group, one of the guards seems to kind of head over. Looking you up and down, you see this younger looking fella at first, who seems to kind of smell of rotting troll meat, as he looks you up and down, surprisingly at your height. He kind of smiles for a moment and holds out his hand as he does not seem to introduce himself or speak.
I take his hand. Hello, my name is Uldren.
He looks at you and goes, call me Ulf. That's what Uldren called me, and the rest of them haven't forgotten, so that's what my new name is, I guess. Utham, not Uldren, my apologies. Kind of, like, as you see him kind of take the a little, like, a wrapped up, like, looking joint out of his, right behind his ear and puts it into a pocket.
You are fine.
How can I help you?
You wouldn't mind if I ran your obstacle courses? I'm looking to increase my capabilities at tumbling and jumping.
So long as you don't mind training with a bunch of craftsmen, those boys are all apprentices of mine that Regan Utham has put under my charge. To be honest, they're not the smartest bunch, but they'll get you moving.
I think I'll be fine, but thank you.
No, it's
That
good.
should not be a problem at all.
By the way, you don't mind my asking, before you start joining up with them, you're quite short. Are you also a hill giant?
No. I am a fire giant who happens to be on the shorter side.
Ah, my apologies. Well, don't let the gents give you too much of a hard time. Most of them don't have enough brain cells to put between them.
I'll make sure to keep that in mind.
He nods and kind of smacks you on the back as he kind of pushing you forward into the course. You see, as he kind of taps you on the back, you suddenly feel your body starts to get slightly heavier, gaining about 100 pounds suddenly as your gear seems to kind of pull on your skin towards the ground slightly.
Well, this is one way to make sure you're doing it right.
He smiles and you hear a snicker as you say that. He goes, "Hey, you think that's bad? You should see what the Regan did to me. I'm the only man who managed to survive the crafting."
Oh.
Yeah. The other two idiots got let go almost immediately. As he kind of like waves his hands in front of him to kind of shoo you away as you start running. Go ahead and give me a dex, a jump, and a tumble check.
Alright. Dex is a 12. Jump is a 23. Tumble is a 14.
Okay. You begin really, or kind of starting to work on things, jumping about, keeping up with the rest of the frost giants who seem to all try to keep up, almost trying to lap you, but as you easily and nimbly dash past them, jumping over logs, climbing up the ropes, jumping from the top of the ladders, with ease you manage to outlap the rest of them by about 3 laps when you finally finish and getting tired. You notice that Ulf kind of looks to be eyeing you up the entire time, kind of giving a toothy grin as you finish up. As he comes to tap you on the back once more, you feel the weight remove from your body once more.
That's better.
He looks at you and goes, "You looking for a job, youngin'?"
Depends, what do you got?
Well, I'm always looking for an apprentice of sorts, and someone who could be looking for rare metals. Let's say around your travels you find anything of interest, any valuable metals, any interesting magic items you'd like fixed up, as he kind of eyes your commas and goes, "In fact, it looks like you've already admired some of my handiwork."
Oh, yes. Very appreciative of this, by the way.
He kind of looks up.
Cannot wait to use them in combat.
He kind of looks you up and down and goes, "Good. Do me a favor. Don't die with those. I'd hate to find them on another person in a few years when they're traveling through here." And you see him kind of turn and whistle at his men as they start like lining up. And he just kind of gives you a slight nod as he kind of goes back to giving orders and discussing with them.
I give him a nod and leave.
All right. You start heading back Jumping over to Dom real quick. Dom, as you head towards the castle itself, seeing, or kind of heading towards where last Regan Utham had been spotted, and having the interest to learn and study more of these creatures, you head there, seeing that the city or the castle is still blocked off by a large guard presence. One of them, kind of upon inquiring, points you back towards the clinic for where Regan Utham was heading last they heard. As much of the moat you see is being shoveled, and I do mean like with an actual iron spade out of the moat, like the water is being pulled out as the guards, not the most brightest, seem to be arguing over whether or not a shovel or a bucket is more effective. Where finally a third comes in with a pitchfork and starts trying to also show that his capabilities are much higher than his compatriots.
I make note to tell the Reagan of this. Just like in the back of my mind, like,
As you do, you also see that, surprisingly, the pitchfork seems to actually pull out a cube of water and set it down as a little bit of like blue light seems to glow from the guard's hands as he's smiling at the other two guards who are now grabbing pitchforks and trying the same thing and failing.
Dom, not to have seen this, Frank kind of smirks at the guard and makes him, this guy needs a raise. And walk towards the clinic.
The other two are stabbing. The water failing horribly, but as you turn, heading back, we will come back to you in a moment. Kesnanok, as you make it to the clinic first, arriving there. Okay, cool. Making sure you were there because I know you said you were prepping your oven. As you head down towards the clinic, you see the old blind frost giant woman sitting in her rocking chair, rocking back and forth. As it looks like there's someone yelling at her as they're standing over her. Some younger looking frost giant that looks very similar to Utham, surprisingly.
I'll walk up, see what's going on.
As you do, you hear, she kind of you see she turns and then loudly says, "And that's enough with you. You aren't going to get any answers today." She kind of looks like shoos him away, and then puts on a big smile and looks over at you, Kesnok, and goes, "Ah! Youngling, it's good to see you once more. I come for another lesson on how goblins work."
I've come to take in any knowledge you're willing to give me.
Of course. I am always happy to have another student at my hand. You'll have to excuse me, though. The clinic's slightly busy. We have a guest upon his way, and Regan Utham is not in the most pleasant of moods after the raid did not go the greatest this morning.
Oh, that's unfortunate. Well, put me to work. I'm willing to do whatever you need me to do.
Really? Anything? Well, actually, I have a job if you're interested. She kind of starts digging into a little sack on her side as she pulls out another sack out of it, noticing it has like a very saturated and greasy look to it at the bottom of it. She kind of like holds it out in front of her towards you and goes, "I need you to take this in to the clinic. My old knees, they're just not working today with this cold weather. I think something's going on. I keep telling Regan Utham that means there's some attack coming, but he doesn't seem to want to listen to me. He's too obsessed with what's going on with the gloom attack and all that. If you wouldn't mind just taking it in and putting it in my office while I try and stretch out my legs," as she kind of rubs her knees.
Of course I can do that.
She smiles and goes, "You're a good kid, thank you. I always appreciate you younglings," as she kind of hands it to you.
Yeah, I'll take it and I'll bring it to her office.
Yeah, as you kind of head into the clinic, coming into the main room, you see where Utham is sitting there furiously, like trying to sew up body parts of some of these soldiers, as a couple of them are screaming. Utham just going body to body as he's just calculating, clicking, figuring out which ones are dead. But as he kind of finishes up sewing up, he kind of looks over at you, wiping his hands, and just kind of dismisses you as he turns and starts heading out towards the entrance to the clinic, not even seeming to really pay any attention to you, Keznok. But as you kind of turn, heading down one of the side hallways, you see a couple more goblins that have been completely cut open in some of the little side rooms that a couple of students seem to be like working and poking at. One seems to like be playing with some sort of nerve that keeps making the hand slightly rise, and they keep getting a slight giggle out of the group in the room. But as you come back to the office at the back area, you find Magra's entire setup, her nice or fine bright wooden desk, a couple of shelves with different body parts in jars, a full metal bronze looking table in the center with the dissected goblin from last time that's starting to rot a little bit in the smell, Keznok, but otherwise looks to be unbothered. This place looks like it hasn't been touched since the last time you were in here.
Well, all right. I guess I'll take this note. And is there like a desk in here?
Yeah, that is a big wood desk, yeah.
Yeah, I guess I'll go put it on the desk.
Okay.
And yeah. All right. Mission completed. Let me. I guess I'll leave.
All right, as you turn back out, one of the guards one of the doctors kind of looking over at you guys, kind of like flags you over into one of the rooms, trying to get your attention.
Yes, sir. What do you need?
Good, you're here. Yeah, hold this, and he hands you what you think is an arm. It's very bloody and it's kind of stumped on both ends. And he goes, hold this. I need you to, in a second, I'm going to need you to reattach it.
Yes, sir.
Good. Alright. And he kind of starts, like, working on something and starts poking this, like, strange-looking amalgamation of what looks to be a gloom and a goblin, like, mixed together in a horrendous way as he kind of leans over to you. And as you start kind of helping out, digging into it, Keznok, it cleanly goes in, managing to help you kind of get a better understanding of how goblins really work overall, seeing the arm attach on cleanly, getting a look at some of the nerves, noticing the smaller mana veins in the creatures. A couple of things start to stick out and you gain your bonus. As you're kind of finishing up and wiping the blood from your hands, you hear as Dom kind of comes in to the clinic, hearing the Magra kind of smile and give her a greeting. Dom enters into the clinic almost unbothered.
Hey, Dom.
Oh, I can't say I'm surprised to find you here, but I didn't expect to run into you. I assume you're working?
Yeah, I'm just working on this weird little Gaba gloom here.
Covered in blood, both hands completely soaked.
Yeah.
Are they currently dissecting the gloom and working on them?
You know, as far as I know, that's probably the case. I'm just here, taking as much information as I can to maybe use against gloom or goblins in the future. So far, I've been getting a really decent understanding of how goblins work. Like, if you take a look at, you see this little like nerve ending there.
One of the medics comes out and goes, Keznok, stop poking the patient and get your butt in here. We got a gloom patient. Bring your friend. Oh, hey, Dom, yeah, come on in. Never mind, Dom, yeah, get in here.
Yeah, Dom throws a friendly smile. I'm sure he's familiar with the person at the clinic and is like, I'm actually here to study the same thing as you, Kez. So if you'd like to go over your notes while we walk, and kind of gestures for you to take the lead.
Of course. Yeah, here, take my notebook. And also I gotta go flip something in the oven. So
No worries, you're good. Yeah, as Keznok starts sewing into the creature, tearing up limbs, following the doctor's instructions. Dom, you start writing down notes of your own, kind of keeping track of everything as the gloom body is torn apart and put back together. Expecting Regan Utham to show up, though never seems to do so. You lot kind of seeming to continue about working your way. About 20 or 30 so minutes go by as suddenly a loud kind of rush is kind of heard out front. At this point, both Uldren and Ned arriving at the front of the clinic, kind of knowing what's roughly here, or knowing where you guys would be. Ned and Uldren, you did notice on your way here, as you kind of finished up your stuff, still shouting this, Ned, still trying to get people to realize the true torment that's happening to these animals. Uldren covered in sweat, kind of looking slightly gassed while drinking out of their water, or out of his water skin. you would both have noticed a large interest of and action movement around the city as people seem to start running about, getting fancier outfits on. Many of the people seeming to be cleaning up. Some of the businesses closing. And as you kind of catch a passerby commenting, saying, "We have royalties on the way. Utham's expecting guests. Make sure the city is ready to go." As they seem to run about.
Go and bathe.
I'm back,
Yeah.
by the way.
Yeah, I got you. As you kind of say this, Uldren and Ned, arriving at the front entrance to the clinic, you see the creaky chair that's kind of like going back and forth, but no Magra at the front entrance. The rest, as you see, both Dom and Keznok kind of coming out. Keznok wiping his hands with the blood, getting the blood off of him. Dom still writing notes furiously and kind of taking kind of secondary notes on the notes that they took. You three find yourselves kind of standing all around the entrance to the clinic.
Did you know they're chopping up animals into burgers?
Yes.
You didn't?
Yeah.
No, I thought meat grew on some kind of weird tree or something.
No, all like like living things like you, me, cows. We're all made of meat, and they kill them and turn them into food.
Can
Why did you use you as an example? Are you eating flesh?
Flesh that isn't of my own species. Yes.
as
Yes.
they're conversing, DM.
Ned
can,
is just like glaring
Dom-
at Kez.
Okay.
Dom try to overhear more about this news of Utham having like royal guests coming in. To
Yeah.
Either speak to someone or overhear a conversation.
Yeah, give me a listen check.
Hell yeah. You two can keep role playing, by the way.
I would like to join in that also.
All right, go ahead and give me another
Hell
listen
yeah.
check. As Ned just contemplates,
I am shoot.
Ned, you get the realization your entire party has happily been eating different kinds of this like meat substance, of all different shapes and sizes, along with you, with no issue.
Are
Many
you
of them
telling me
commenting-
You're a vegan?
No, I ate the burger. I just didn't know it was animal.
Yeah, it's animal. That was once a living, breathing creature. I thought you understood that.
As Kez
Somebody
says
should
this,
Make one out of mushroom.
Ned, Uldren, Dom, and Kez, you all see as one of the boars that has been clearly butchered and is being brought up towards the castle, being carried on the back of one of the frost giants, walks past.
Yeah, that's gonna be someone's dinner probably tonight.
I figured as a person of nature in the grove that even if you did not eat food, you were aware of the cycle of life.
I mean, it's the circle of life, Ned. I guess our people are more omnivores, so we do eat plants, but we also eat animals. So it's kind of like it's natural selection, survival of the fittest. We need meat for the most part to survive, or at least balance out our diet. So we eat them. Most of us can't survive on just plants and grass.
Well, sounds like you're the one that natural selection should take.
As Ned says this, leaving Kezenok slightly speechless at that comment. It was like the shock of, what the fuck?
That is a
Dom. Uldren, you catch a couple of minor comments. Something about a dragon being whispered amongst each other, amongst the people passing by. Dom, you catch the exact phrasing as the two frost giants seem to be very loudly discussing it. Two soldiers that are look kind of familiar. As one of them you recognize as the genius who had the pitchfork, and then the other who was the dope who followed the pitchfork. As they seem to be talking quite loudly, one of them mentioned something along the lines of this Dragon Lord arriving, known as the Anvil. At all of the guards are up in a roar. Utham has requested the city be cleaned up and taken care of and make sure no external threats are there, just to avoid any diplomatic actions. and that all guards that have been ranked in the D or below system of intelligence are requested to be taken off duty for the day and go home. As he's explaining it to the other guy, who's like kind of nodding along and taking his helmet off and like handing him stuff. The guard just kind of nods.
You know, now, you know what, Chasten, I would like to know how much of the guard has been removed.
Hunter,
Yeah.
a like upper average frost giant has a 10 in intelligence.
So that's like a C, right?
That's the sad part.
Yeah. My
Man.
people are artist.
But as you hear this,
Domnandar
Domio.
know- Oh,
Go
sorry,
ahead.
just
No.
I didn't know if in character if Domnandar would know anything specific about the anvil or if that's a new name.
Do you have knowledge, royalty, nobility, or heraldry?
Let me double check. I don't believe I do.
Do you have knowledge, nature?
No, I don't have any of those.
Hey, Ned, you would get advantage
It's
on
fine.
this name as far as it goes, because you would recognize this name.
Okay. Said knowledge nature.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, so Dom doesn't
So
know who
that's
this
an
is, but is over here.
18.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'd imagine Dom kind of pointing out the comment of the anvil name to the rest of the group.
Sounds like the city might want assistance of ours to help keep things in check for the rest.
Well,
And
there's
it's
a
kind
lot
of
of...
like explaining the party to be on their best behavior as well, but I mean,
Yeah.
that kind of goes unsaid.
As you
Of course.
say this, Ned, with your role, you recognize the name. The Anvil is a very powerful druid who is noted to who control probably either what is debated is the strongest grove currently globally, with some of the largest amount of followers as well as other druids serving him. Not much is known about him other than the fact that he's not well liked by the other dragon lords. And as far as druid circles go, most look on to him as like the perfect and like the perfection concept of druidic magic and capability.
So I would probably just be awestruck.
Yes, by someone like this showing up, this is a chance to learn from someone that is like a grand master of magic in your kind of skills.
I am just jumping up and down, clapping, all excited.
Do we have to worry about
What-
him?
What's the excitement for, Ned?
Well, he's only like the best druid ever.
Is that so?
Ned's a fanboy.
You are to the anvil what I am to Utham, I see.
I have, while, this, guy is here, just to keep out of the way, I'll probably just stay in the clinic as much as possible. It seems like there's a lot of injured people to tend to, as well as more research into Gloom and Goblins. That's a tabletop game, Gloom and Goblins.
You should invent that.
That's amazing.
All right, as you
Out
can.
of one play Gloom.
As you kind of turn with Uldren's comment to how to play Gloom and Goblins, the party starts kind of throwing around ideas on how to play a new little game on their free time. You all kind of, as you start to turn and head back in, following after Keznok and Dom into the clinic, you see suddenly, just as horns start blaring from the distance, a large group of very ornately silver-armored frost giants come marching down. A red carpet seems to be brought out towards where the docks were earlier, that you had all entered onto. You lot seeing
Talk about a welcoming party.
as you lot kind of wait and hear the horns continuing to blare, you see Utham fully in his ornate outfit, like dressed as a proper ruler, jewelry to the nines, his a very showy piece of a sword on his hip that definitely has never been used in combat, probably never even unsheathed, as gemstones sparkle about it, coming out in the full nines. You watch as the dock gates open up and out walks this very large, almost Drakekin-looking creature. Drakekin being like a dragonborn, but slightly bigger. Wearing a brightly green robe made of grass and different other plants that seem to weave in and out of itself. Little red eyes and giant tree branch horns sticking out of the creature. Different emblems and magical looking items all kind of dot, like curios and such, dot the creature, but none seem to give off any flashes or anything of the sort. You also notice on his shoulder, with his, pretty large size, though he is somewhat shorter than most of the frost giants here, a very large-looking green bird that looks to have a kind of a long black beak, looks kind of vulturistic-like, with a third wing kind of sticking out. The creature seems to kind of dart-eyed looking about with its bright green feathers and with a bright feathered stomach, white feathered stomach. Excuse me. The creature looking about to each of the guards, kind of watching as in walks what is clearly the Anvil himself. Oh, it is Colossal. My apologies. As the giant bird comes in behind, you watch as the Anvil comes marching up to Utham. The two seeming to kind of awkwardly stand and talk for a moment as all of the guards kind of stand in royal procession. What do you want to do anything as you're watching this?
I'll whisper to
Dom-
Hootie the owl.
Mm-hmm.
He's even more brilliant in person.
Hootie seems to sigh and kind of leans onto you, very bright colored red cheeks around it as it eyes up the giant bird.
I'm gonna lean over to Dom's when's the last time Utham's dressed up like this?
Can Donander recall a time he's seen Utham this dressed up before?
The last time that Utham dressed this much, there's only been 2 times you've seen him dressed up like this. Once was when he first arrived at Last Hold, when he started setting up the city and was putting on a precedence for his people to show his position, and to kind of, get them to recognize him out of the other Frost Giants at the time. The second one was when he was touring as a young man. Though you don't know about this, you've heard stories, you weren't there with him during this, you would have heard stories about him traveling through the many lands when he was young, kind of as both a raider and as somewhat of a sellsword, kind of traveling kingdom to kingdom. He was very depicted to be very brilliantly always armored, much of his stuff crafted by his own hands.
Dominander is, I will say, completely serious, has a very kind of stood up straight, kind of hands behind his back, professional, is kind of just on standby looking to professional to kind of keep the air, but as Kez leans over to whisper, he whispers back without staying up straight. Last I've heard, when he was out adventuring, or when he first founded the city itself. And it kind of seems to glance at Utham and eye the armor and then eye the anvil, because this is clearly fucking serious.
Alright, so I'm gonna go back inside and I'm gonna get back to work. Yeah, see ya.
Take care.
Okay. Keznok kind of turns, heads back in, not really caring, kind of seeing the situation, not being as vested, and the interest of the slight screaming patients in the background catching his attention. Yeah, Keznok, you turn heading back in to go help the doctors, realizing you could be definitely better helping people at this point and doing your job. This is definitely over your pay grade as you look at this situation.
Yeah, I'm just gonna leave that to the professionals. That's Utham's deal. My deal is saving lives and learning about gloom and goblins.
Yeah, you head in, Dom, and Aldrin, kind of looking about, the guards seeming to kind of clean them, kind of slowly move or grab the red carpet, picking it up as Utham and the Anvil seem to kind of start laughing about something, and the two start walking off, talking quietly, but still somewhat able to be heard, as the guards in their silver ornate armor start rolling up the carpet and kind of following behind, marching. The giant bird kind of eyeing up each of the people or each of the guards as they kind of get closer and then back off from the group. Kind of noticing this creature seems to be on sentry, trying to keep everyone out of earshot between the two. And then as you notice this, you also you kind of looking about. Ned's gone. As
Dude, Dom. If Dom notices this, I'm immediately looking for him.
Go ahead and give me a search tech. Yeah, Aldrin and Dom, you look about.
Yep.
Ned's nowhere to be seen as you got kind of drawn up on the show.
Aldrin, and then immediately look around. I was gonna say Dom was just gonna stand there until either Utham and the anvil left or he was signaled to do something, just kind of on standby. But noticing Ned's missing, I'm immediately gonna fucking look for him.
19?
You know, Dom,
Okay.
you should definitely be focusing your look around where the anvil is.
Yeah, natural 20 plus 1.
Yo!
As you both look
I'm
over,
on it. I was prepared.
you see as very obviously the anvil has noticed Ned, who's creeping up behind him, and doesn't seem to care in the slightest.
I'm really gonna fucking book it to Ned to try to stop him. Not like to make a show like cause a scene, but I'm like speed walking with purpose to my ally because holy shit.
Mr. President! Get down!
Yeah, as you start kind of running over, Aldrin, are you following after, or are you just gonna stay where you're at?
I'll follow after.
Okay. Yeah, chasing after Dom as you follow the eyes as well, noticing Ned. The two of you start charging off. Ned, you are within about 20 feet of the anvil and Utham as they kind of both seem to kind of slow and kind of look, and you see the anvil has definitely noticed you at this point, Ned.
Shit.
A statue.
Shit.
You do what? Sorry?
A statue. Just
Oh,
hold
just-
still.
Frozen in place. I'm like, you're a tree.
Utham and Anvil, as you turn and see this, what would you like? Is there anything you'd like to say?
What is
Can
it
we,
you want, child?
Yeah, can we help you, young man?
Ned'll just like look around. Me?
You approached? You must have a question.
I just wanted a closer look.
A closer look.
It's you.
It is I.
And then Ned just, I am not worthy, and like bows down.
Oh my god.
I am not worthy. We are worthy.
Anvil and Utham.
Where we arrive.
Neither of you have ever, you're not accustomed to people kind of worshiping you, but this is a little weird.
Utham just has like a raised eyebrow, because this is kind of normal for him. A little more so than probably most.
I please ask you do not bow to me.
What do I do?
What is it you want?
I mean, nothing in particular. I didn't think I'd get this far, to be honest.
Hey, you should ask for a donation for your growth.
As Dom Nonder and
What is
Aldrin
it
are
you
rapidly
seek? And I
approaching.
lean in and really look at you. Can I glean anything from looking at Ned?
Give me
Actually, looking at him.
give me a sense motive.
Ask for a donation, man. Do it.
Dom and Aldrin, who are about 10 feet behind Ned at this point, kind of standing there, I imagine, watching this, trying not to get closer.
If Ned is talking to the anvil, it's too late, so Dom is just looking at Utham, like, waiting to be given the signal to grab this motherfucker, but I'm not gonna intervene if they've acknowledged him. Like, that's not my place. I'm just at standby.
Utham will give Dom a little hand of just wait.
Anvil,
exactly.
you claim Ned legitimately does not want anything other than your approval. He is definitely here with nothing but good intentions to look up to you as like a sort of a role model. Well, a little weird to you for a giant to do that. It's not unheard of for other druids to look onto you that same way, that or humbler. So
You really seek to gaze upon me then?
A little bit.
I'm just watching this play out.
Yeah, exactly.
Would it be less weird if I
Important meeting
introduced
has
myself?
I will say, Ned is still on the ground, arms, I imagine, from his head, just kind of looking up at him.
I flick my hand, stand up.
Yeah, could you stand, please? This is getting awkward.
Weird,
I
man.
dust my knees off as I stand up.
Hootie kind of stops bowing as well in his own weird way, and kind of like wipes him, kind of like frills out his feathers.
Hootie was bowing too.
Uh-huh.
Hi, my name is Ned Dustin Knees.
Yeah, Ned stands back up. And he's slightly tall. He is still pretty tall for. He is a frost giant, so he's still pretty tall for an individual.
Fire giant.
Fire giant. My apologies.
Well, if you seek to follow my ways, prove yourself and you may enter my grove.
But well, I actually have my own grove back at home.
Oh,
You would ask for the donation.
You would turn down.
Oh,
heaven
no.
Is this
in
grove?
order to advertise your trailer park.
We're fairly new. We call ourselves the Grove of the Burning Bush.
Grove
Oh,
of the Burning
God.
Bush. Do I know of this grove?
No, you do not. You've never heard of it. I mean, you can roll, but I'll be honest. I don't know if you have the DC to
It's
get.
like
Is it
the
knowledge
trailer
nature?
park of
Yeah, it'd be
Grove.
knowledge
Me and
nature.
My friends, we
No.
decided like I'm kind of the forefront guy. I go out and collect these donations for the Grove, and then my guys go out and collect donations for the Grove and bring it back to me, and they also pick up more people, and they collect the donations, which go back to the other people.
I think Utham clocks to what this is almost immediately.
It's a fucking pyramid scheme.
And what do you do with this collected funds?
Well, we put it back towards the Grove, obviously.
Has your grove grown?
I mean, there's only a few of us so far, but I just kind of started going out on the world. That's where I met Utham, and I motioned towards him like he's my friend I've known for a long time.
As you kind of,
Oh my
One
God.
as
day.
Ned points to you, you also kind of notice out of the corner of your eye, Aldrin mouthing the words, "I'm sorry, Father, I'm sorry."
Yeah.
I look to Utham. Do you know
Hearing
this
Ned
individual?
refer to Utham so casual is just like cringing as in his like rigid position.
I met Ned not too long ago. He travels with a couple people I'm close with. Well, one that I'm really close with.
I'm
Recently.
pretty sure we met Utham yesterday.
Yep.
2 days ago, yeah, roughly.
In 2 days.
Well, because this last sleeping in the tavern was the first time we slept in town.
I know, but I believe, if I remember correctly, first session ended at night, and then next session you got your 3-day thing. So, 2 days. I'll double check the recording, but I think so. But yeah,
Well.
go on.
It seems you serve to grow your grove. That is commendable.
Would
And-
you like to donate? No, I'm fucking up.
Yes!
Oh,
Yes!
I give it a little smirk. Of course. And I hand you my quarterstaff.
What?
Just a quarterstaff?
Just a quarterstaff.
Okay.
Oh, just a play.
You can-
Special.
It's nothing special, but it is a
sign.
quarterstaff.
And just I hold it above my head, and I'm like, yeah.
You see on the side of it, it's got the end was like a slight a signature for as he grew it himself, as mini smiths do when they make things.
Do with it what
You
will.
could sell it on eBay.
If you come with something
Just
great,
pee.
come see me. Perhaps we can talk about this grove.
Absolutely.
Where the fuck
I'm
are the
sure-
Sochars?
I'm sure they would all love to get to work and meet you sometime.
Of course.
I turn back towards Dom and just look starstruck.
Holding a bucket in one hand, a quarterstaff in the other.
I give them
what do
all
I
once
do?
over.
Dom again is very professional, hands behind his back, up straight, kind of looking at Utham for orders. You get the sense
Dude.
he's very professional.
Utham's just lost. Usually when someone gets that close, they're trying to assassinate him, not this.
Yeah.
Speaking of
Dom's
which,
also lost.
at that same thought, Keznok, give me a reflex save.
Oh, I was
Oh
waiting.
my god.
I've been
We
waiting.
left
Question,
the
would I have
hero
seen this?
You can
Do
both
a
give
true
me,
sight,
with True Sight, you would not have, noticed this, because this, what, keyed this off happened before you showed up at the town.
Question: if they're doing an assassination attempt, are they within range of my calm aura?
They are not within they are not anywhere near you guys at this point.
That would be a 16.
16. You as Utham seeing this and contemplating for a minute, like, is this some sort of assassination attempt? What's going on? The Anvil not really taking much of this, really much more than just a starstruck fan of sorts for a moment. You all are kind of, as you look towards Dom and Uldren, who are kind of looking towards you, with Ned turning now to this direction, back towards the clinic. Ned, and the Anvil, and Utham, you all watch as the clinic explodes violently. Keznok goes flying out into a wall, taking...
You had to say you went in. You just had to go back in.
7 points of damage as you slam hard into the wall, leaving a slight imprint. The entirety of the building, the clinic, blowing up in smoke and fire, as no one else seems to get out, as Keznok seems to be, coughing as he slammed, kind of leaning against the wall now. People are panicking and running.
To assist. I mean, Dom's gonna immediately act.
As you do, Dom, you watch as two of the guards in silver armor immediately pull out their swords and have them at at your throat before you can even take a step.
Does it seem like they're trying to protect Kez, or that they're trying to keep me from helping?
They look like they're putting the sword to your throat to keep you, here. They're trying to keep you from moving anywhere. And they seem to, more of them pull their swords on the others. Yeah, go ahead.
How far are they from Utham?
The party or the clinic?
The people holding the swords to...
Only about 20 feet.
That's within my reach. From where I'm standing, I can have my sight at their throats.
The guards kind of, stop and slowly put their swords back away.
Yeah, Dom kind of gives them a look of, he doesn't think, but clearly bitch, I have authority here, and is gonna rush over to his party member.
Alright, how bad's it look, DM? Or will you allow me to analyze myself?
You can roll a heal check on yourself if you'd like.
Yeah, cool. I have 1 HP left. 25.
As you kind of scan your body, I mean, the impact, you definitely feel your spine is crooked. Something hit that hard enough to cause some issues. You feel some numbness down in your legs, and your arms are slightly tingling. You're bruised and bloodied. You can definitely tell there's some internal bleeding going on. But as you're kind of looking at yourself, you also, as you're looking up, can see that the clinic and where the bodies are that were behind you are eviscerated, with nothing but some sort of black gunk kind of scattering across the walls. Yeah. You think you'll live. It definitely hurts. You're in extreme pain right now, Keznok, but you definitely think you'll live.
Tom, get me up. Bring me to
one
them.
day... I don't want something
leaning down
close.
to help him. Keznok, what happened? How do I help you?
I'm fine. Bring me to them. Help me up.
Yep, I'm helping you. I'm not the strongest, but I sort of just let you cling to me.
As Dom and Kez start to kind of slowly get up, Ned and Uldren, what are you doing?
Oh, I'm over by the Anvil and Utham, just hanging out away from the explosion.
Watching. Okay.
Elf is the only other
Just
healer.
wide-eyed.
Alright. Wide-eyed, staring in shock at the situation. Alright, Uldren, what about you?
I am going to draw in one hand my standard Kamos, and I'm going to go over to help Dom move Kez.
Okay. And grabbing one of them, you run over and start getting his arm over your shoulder as well, the two of you lifting him. Utham and Anvil, are you two going to be retreating, or are you staying here?
My people come first. It's the kind of person Utham is.
I'm gonna go investigate the explosion. I'm very interested as to what caused that.
Okay. As Utham and Anvil kind of start heading towards the thing, the guards following closely behind. As they get closer to the clinic, they both seem to the guards seem to kind of block off the way for Kez and Dom and Uldren to go forward, seeming to keep you lot from like getting any closer to the Anvil or Utham.
I need to help him.
One of the guards kind of looks at you and just shakes his head as the metal kind of rattles side to side.
People are dying in there.
As I pass, someone closes injuries.
One of the guards nods and starts working. A guy basically picks Keznok up and starts like taking him back towards the Adventuring Guild.
No! I need to save them!
You can try to resist.
No, I'm not gonna be able to.
Okay.
Dom's gonna.
No, this
keep
is
up
me
with
role-playing
Listen.
resisting, but I can't actually resist.
Yeah.
Kez, Utham will handle it. The Reagan knows what he's doing.
They're souls! They need to be sent off to the right place!
I
Oh,
look at
God.
Kez.
They're souls!
I kind
You
of
have-
give.
Go ahead, Anvil.
Oh, go ahead.
You have much fire in your body, Kez. This is not the time, though.
As the guard kind of pats you on the back as he takes you walking away.
Keza weeps.
The guard kind of pats Ned on the way and kind of starts like pushing him along with him as he heads towards the inn, not even turning back towards Uldren and Dom as the guard kind of follows his orders.
Ned, come. And Dom will make sure Ned kind of snaps out of his shock, since our party leader is, violently screaming.
Where are we going?
Back to our rooms. Here, big guy, help with him, and we'll kind of like offer for Ned to help carry Kez, who is thrashing and writhing and yelling.
The guard just
Definitely
shakes his
doing
head
more
no.
damage to myself as I'm trying to, air quote, trying to get back to
Yeah.
help.
Air quote.
Trying to get back to the explosion.
Yeah, as you continue to hold on, the guard kind of brings, starts turning Ned around, following with Dom, and starts heading back towards the inn. As the three of you, or as all the four of you head towards the inn, Utham and the Anvil, as you two are kind of looking about the explosion, to save you the rolls, because I know you can beat the DCs with your base rolls, as I just looked at your sheets. So, The two of you managed to pick up pretty clearly that the explosion looks to have been created by some sort of blasting diamond, a rare mineral only found in the Snow Dwarf lands, that looked to have been mixed with something, an unknown herb of some sort that seems to give off a very dark coloration to it, and it's very greasy when blended down. Neither of you are really sure what this material is, as neither of you have actually seen this before. Anvil, you know for a fact it's not a natural substance that is that should grow out of the
I
dirt.
do have profession herbalist and alchemist. If that helps.
Yeah, that's why I'm saying. You know for a fact this isn't a natural plant. This is something someone has had to cook up and create. That by crossbreeding a lot of different plants to specifically make to react with this blasting diamond of sorts. But as you don't know what the plant is, you wouldn't know the name of it. I mean, it's literally something that's never been created before. You're kind of left at a loss. Recognizing the blasting diamond, though, between the two of you and many of the herbs inside of this plant, or would have been mixed into it, to recognize that it would have had to, in theory, been made by either a very experienced alchemist or more than likely a very high caster. There are only a few casting nations that come to mind as you kind of start to contemplate that.
Are there any survivors or people that are dying?
Yeah, as the two of you go in, there is no one in there. After a few moments of looking about, you also notice that Uldren seems to be kind of skulking about as well, as he is popping in and out of rooms, kind of not looking like he's trying to cause any issues towards either of you, but seems to be definitely tailing the two of you.
With my tremor sense, do I feel that the tunnels under the clinic that I know are there have been used recently?
You can definitely feel that there's someone down below that is running through some new tunnels that you didn't recognize earlier in the day. These weren't there earlier.
I'm just gonna follow the tunnel because I can feel the shape as I run above it.
As you start following it down or following around, just kind of walking it, stomping your feet down on the ground, you get the rest of you see, or the two of you see this as this continues to happen, as Utham seems to disappear into one of the back rooms and finds a secret compartment right underneath the desk of Magda. That seems to lead straight down into the tunnels underneath the city, where typically you use to harvest those mostly healing mushrooms and mana potion mushrooms.
Utham's going to roar out the name Magra as he jumps into the tunnel.
Alright, as you start heading into there, we'll come back to you. Anvil, are you gonna follow him, or are you going back towards the castle, or what would you like to do? Or anything else?
I'll search the. Have we searched this clinic completely?
Yeah, there's nothing really else other than there. It's just mostly more of this black gunk. The body's completely eviscerated. There's literally nothing left of them.
I'll take some of the black gunk, but then I'll head back to the castle.
Okay. Seeing Utham kind of heading down into the tunnels, you head back, turn around, scraping a little bit, ordering one of the guards to take you back to the castle, to your chambers. You start heading towards the castle itself. Uldren, you are hiding in here, watching these two figures as they split up, kind of skulking about. What are you trying to do?
I'll look down the tunnel, see if I can see down it. If I can't, I'm not going down there.
Okay. As you look over towards where Utham just went down the tunnels, you start staring for a moment. It's a long drop straight down as you continue to stare, and you don't see the bottom. It is pitch black down there.
Alright. Looks like I will not be doing, or I cannot follow, so
Okay.
I will leave.
Alright. As you
and
head
try
out.
and sneak my way back to the party.
Yeah, as you head back, you head out. After a few feet, kind of dodging into one of the side alleys, unmasking, and going back to acting normal, you find yourself back on the main road, heading back towards the inn, where you see the guard that had taken Keznok, still covered slightly in Keznok's blood, kind of heading back towards the clinic for a moment. About a half hour goes by. As the rest of your party, as your party kind of sits and gathers, a healer finally comes by and manages to get Keznok back to full HP after casting a few times and failing the first one. After about another half hour of you lot kind of resting and sitting and eating, contemplating, you all see as Utham angrily seems to be marching back towards the castle, slightly cut up and bruised, looking as if he is drenched in blood, as he just seems to completely ignore you lot at the end and heads towards the castle himself. But as you lot find yourselves kind of sitting around the one of the dining tables, you see no bowl off anywhere, and the guild itself seems almost eerily quiet.
I was muted. Can we tell if the blood is Utham's or someone else's by appearance?
You can, that would be a heal check, or knowledge medicine if you have it.
I wish to pray.
You wish to pray? Okay.
Because my Dom's reaction depends on whether all that blood is Utham's or all that blood is someone else that Utham seemingly handled. Knowledge. Okay. That would be a 17 heal check.
Okay. 17, as the two of you start kind of looking on, you notice the blood definitely looks to be a mixture. You can see wounds on Utham that seem to definitely cut him cleanly. Noticing his scythe is pretty badly damaged looking. You see a couple of cut marks across his back. You're not 100% sure if the blood is his, but you're definitely sure that someone got in a scrap with him and got at least... Either that person's dead or they got the better of Utham. Uldren, as you get a closer look, kind of getting up to the glass, seeing this and kind of freaking out a little bit, you start to notice majority of the blood that's on Utham is not Utham's. Though there still is a worrying amount of his blood that's pretty clearly leaking from major wounds on his body.
Seeing that his less the damage and more that his scythe is damaged, I think Dom immediately bolts up from wherever he was sitting to help Kez and is just gonna run to Utham's side and kind of go, like, as he runs up, my Reagan, what is wrong? Do you need assist? What can I do? And is like semi-panicked, but is mostly just going to help unless he's sent away.
How tall are you?
How tall am I? Let me double check my sheet. I know I'm taller than most of the party. I am 16'9".
Yeah, you're bigger.
Is there any way I could stop this from happening?
I mean, you could try, but I will be resisting you, and I don't know which of us is closer to the door, positioning-wise.
I'm attempting a trip.
Okay, go ahead.
Why are you gonna
if that is a reflex check, so Uldren, that will be if I remember correctly, a trip. Oh, it's an unarmed strike, so it's against their touch.
Unarmed strike against a monk. Okay.
Yeah, it's against their touch. This will provoke an opportunity attack from the target. So just as a heads up.
Yeah.
But so yeah, you can.
I'm gonna be happy about this.
So Uldren, go ahead and give me an unarmed melee attack.
I'm about to pimp slap a motherfucker.
Yeah.
Which is just your base attack bonus, basically.
All right. That includes a plus or my strength, correct?
This would be. Let me pull it up.
If you're not proficient in unarmed weapon, I don't think you add anything.
No, it's just going to be your attack bonus. So it's just your bonus to hit. Which in your case should be your base attack. I think you should. I don't know what your class has. +1 or +2, I imagine.
Well, no class.
I don't get.
You don't have a base attack bonus?
That's a 15. Not until level 2.
Oh, duh, level 2. Yes. With a 15. Okay, does that hit your touch AC, Dom?
Sadly, it does because my touch AC is the one thing that's shit. If I'm getting.
This does provoke an attack of opportunity, so you may attack him.
Say, if anyone is attempting to stop Dom right now, he's not even going to think. I'm about to pimp slap the fuck out of whoever.
Yeah. Go ahead and make
instincts.
Make an attack. Go ahead.
I am
non-lethal.
I will actively try to avoid that.
That's fine.
Non-lethal, but Dom will strike because he's in a moment of adrenaline.
Okay.
All right. Oh boy. Okay, I'm trying to decide which dice will maybe not majorly fuck up my friend right now. Do damage to you, Rebel. Why are you doing this to me? Okay, well I believe that's a 19 to hit. Again, touch AC.
It's a 19. So it's a 19 against Uldren's normal AC in this situation.
Oh, okay.
My AC is a 16.
Oh yeah, so you hit, which will fail the trip. So, yeah.
Let me roll the damage. I hope I get low. I usually, fingers crossed. Don't worry, I only have a D8.
Wait, let me read this to make sure.
No, max hit for me. If you rolled like a full 8, you down me.
Oh shit. I rolled a 7.
I'm still standing.
Yeah, 7. Well, it's non-lethal. Also, it would have just knocked him unconscious at best. Yeah, you smack into him.
Even still.
And then as you see the foot go out with almost without reaction, turning around and backhanding him with the back of your fist, Uldren, you feel it hits, and like with a little bit of blood coming down, some teeth that are knocked a little bit looser than you'd care for. You look over, and Dom seems to now kind of be looking at you, as it does stop your movement still.
It still stops my movement. So you go to trip Dom, and not even thinking, Dom Nander just like turns and like wails you in like the face or chest or whatever, just on instinct because he and upon noticing it's you, looks absolutely fucking pissed, but kind of holds back the second punch he was preparing and goes, "What the fuck are you doing?"
The
Puppy
absolute
dog.
audacity.
The puppy dog
Yeah.
needs to learn that it does not need to follow its master all the time.
God
The little
damn.
snake needs to learn that I will eat it if needed. And he kind of spits at your feet and will continue out the door.
As you
I actively move my shoe to avoid that spit.
Yeah. As you turn, seeing Regan Utham now heading around the corner towards the castle, now jogging off, saying something in the distance, but again, being so far away, he doesn't seem to catch. As Bolov seems to come walking out from the side of the building, zipping up his pants, seeing him through the window, kind of gets up to the doorway as the two of you are having a spat, and, like, standing now, blocking the doorway fully. He looks down at you, Dom, and Uldren, and goes, "What's all the yelling about? I was trying to take a leak in peace, and y'all won't shut your mouths, Jesus."
Utham is injured and his scythe is cracked. I'm going to
"And
assist
he's
him in
not
this."
dead, and you're tiny. Sit down, shut up, and don't do anything. That if he's hurt, you'll die. Now go sit down and think." As he kind of like starts to shove forward.
I'm glad
Yeah.
someone could see reason.
And he looks over at you, Uldren, and goes, "And you tripping your friends. You know, if he fell on a sword or something like that, he'd be dead. Not a good idea. You sit down, too. You damn half-lizard."
Yeah, Dom's not gonna fight Bolov as much as he clearly wants to. I'm sure Bolov could see the fire in his eye. He's just gonna like breathe heavy, send Uldren an absolute death glare, and just go aggressively Kaz again with his arms crossed, and his fists still probably a little bit banged up from that hard hit. I imagine your face is pretty sturdy.
Both kind of looking at both of you as with this, and goes, "Now sit down. I have a job for the two of you, as I was already told ahead of time by his Reganness that there's work to be done. And I have some friends for you, so you won't die."
Oh, that would be appreciated.
Good. Now, sit down. As he kind of looks about and looks at Kesnok and goes, "Pretty boy, don't flirt with the tall one." And he kind of turns as he squeezes out of the doorway, and then like sliding to the side, you see Essa and Rollman. Would you like to go ahead and describe yourselves?
Grumpy, you want to go first?
Sure. So you'll see a short by your guys' standards, but because they're medium, a 6 foot, 5 inch tall individual, male, black hair. I will post a screenshot in a second. Like this, except they're wearing winter clothing because it's fucking cold here. Yeah, he has a giant for him sword on his back.
Oh, hey, look, that's a nice one-handed sword you got there.
It is a one-handed sword. Are you who's one hand?
Not even an insult, it's right.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So next up is what? Essa?
Essa, yes. I have 2 images. Essa is a dragonkin, even shorter than all of you at 5'7". Y'all are way too damn tall.
I'm short for my race.
I still count as medium.
Massive.
Her
I'm 11
scale-
feet taller than you.
Yep, you are. Her scales are black at the upper with kind of like a tinge of silver around them with silverish claws. I have 2 images for this. I have normal, and then I have my favorite little my little winter outfit with my little raccoon hat.
I need to find a good place because
Oh my god.
I need to find a better place to do images because the Hero Forge just isn't cutting it anymore. So
Do you want I got
like
another
chat
website you
said-
could use if you'd like.
yeah, like Chastity, whatever website you use to find like yours, same thing with you, Grumpy. If you could like send them to me so I can get a better
Pinterest.
image for
It's
like
it's
Kesana.
dude. Yeah. There's Pinterest if you want to find something like broad. I just for that image, I just used Bing Image Create and played with it like 20
Okay,
times until I
cool.
something I was happy with.
Oh no, not Bing Image Create again.
As Essa and Rollman kind of stand in the doorway, Boloff and his enticing smell kind of looks at, kind of ushers you two in and looks at the rest of the party and goes, "So these lots are going to help you, as I have got a mission that you're going to be interested in."
What might that be?
Well, our Regan, if you will, is very angry, as you probably saw. And he kind of holds out a sack of goblin head, or a sack as it tumbles open with goblin heads in it to the ground. About 6 of them pop, kind of falling all about. And he goes, "Unfortunately, it seems our good Regan has managed to find himself a little nest, and has asked for you lot not to be the ones to go down and fight the big nest, as it was overwhelming him, but rather to go make sure that the areas where we get our most of our potion crafting and what kind of keeps most of you lot alive," as he looks over at Keznanok, who just got really injured. And then kind of eyes Uldren for a moment, seeing the large bruise on his face. And goes,
Yeah, the bloody nose.
In my events, my injuries came from good intentions.
"In your event, your injuries came from
That's not me
stupidity."
saying anything.
Oh, okay. Yeah, looks at both of you and goes, "So I'm gonna have you lot go make sure down there isn't a problem. There was someone else sent down there earlier today when you lot were busy, but they haven't returned, so I am sending you with your newfound friends, as their compatriot is busy in town right now and they need some money." As he kind of looks at both Rollman and Essa, eyeing you both up.
Pleasure
Uh,
to meet you. Name's Roland,
our
and
party?
I'll hold out a hand to shake.
I aggressively grab it and just start shaking. Hi there,
Nice.
Ned Grass and Trees.
Ned Grass and Trees. Strong handshake.
And while I got you here, would you like to donate to my grove? And I hold up my
Oh
bucket
my god.
while still shaking the other hand.
Can I get what this guy's deal is? Is he some sort of beggar or some sort of sense motive, perhaps?
Yeah, go ahead, give me a sense motive.
He's
Truly
green,
the fucking
literally.
green giant.
He is green. He is green skinned. And he is wearing
Green skins.
a very thick, leafy, like cloak of sorts.
Do you think we could convince the goblins you're their god?
14.
That would be
Well,
awesome.
You get the sense that he's honest. He looks to be very somewhat poor, as he's covered in nothing but leaves. Rollman, you get the sense that if he's an adventurer, he'd be a really squishy caster, and he's definitely make a crappy frontline fighter looking him over.
Why not?
Whole
And
time you're
I'll
looking me up and down, I'm still just smiling, shaking your hand. Just
I'll
blank
flick
look at my face.
a gold coin into your bucket.
Yes.
I'm gonna shake Kez's hand and just say, "I'm Essa. I'll be your tracker today."
Well met, Tessa. Now, before we continue, I need to do prayer. I'm gonna.
Sure.
Is there like a wooden bowl around?
As you look about, yeah, you see one on one of the countertops.
Mm-hmm. I need to fill it with some clean water.
Okay. As you go about, kind of walking around the kitchen, start pulling your stuff together, sitting yourself down with a bowl full of water.
You have a nice clean rag, grab the bowl of clean water. I'm gonna take my my religious amulet, place it into the clean water, and I've actually prepared a prayer in this past however many minutes since the explosion, and I'm gonna read it out to you guys. All right. Ella Ugbo, Mother of compassion and mercy, I kneel before you, burdened by the weight of my shortcomings. In the moments I faltered and lives slipped from my grasp, grant me the strength to bear this weight of my past. Forgive my frailty, O Mother Divine, as I strive to honor the duty entrusted to me. Guide me through remorse towards redemption's light. grant me the resilience to rise, renewed from this night. Ella Ugbo, in your boundless understanding, accept my plea for forgiveness as I mend and strive. May your grace illuminate the path ahead, so that I may fulfill my sacred duty with unwavering resolve. That's it.
As you say your prayer, all of you suddenly notice the room gets very dark for a moment. It starts to shake slowly at first, and the candle lights start to all go out one by one. Bolov suddenly shouts with fear as he suddenly looks very concerned looking about. For a moment, you all see a dark and shadowy, tall, slender figure standing around behind Keznok, slightly caressing his sides as the figure dressed in a beautiful gown with a covered, veiled face, as each of you kind of look over, just as quickly as you notice, it seems to dissipate as Keznok's voice or prayer ends. The rest of you feeling your HP go back up to max.
Oh, nice.
As Keznok, your injuries suddenly feel healed and cleaned.
All right, let's get to work. As I put on my amulet back.
Well said. Do I get it right that it is your group that have slain a gloom?
We did not slay any gloom.
That one looks like the Dom they were talking about as I point at fucking Dom.
Oh, yes. I'd like to give a measure of Dom. Do they seem
the famous warrior in these parts.
Looking him up and down, I mean, Dom looks like an average adventurer. If you're trying to get a real sense of him, you can give me another sense motive on this one. Or praise.
Healed. You did see a very bruised, not very bruised, but a slightly bruised knuckle, and Uldren's face completely fucked up, so...
Looking up Dom up and down, Rollment, you definitely can tell Dom's trained. Very well trained. Seeing many of the muscles very lean and very looking to be very capable of fighting. But as you kind of get a sense for them, you also start to notice something. They're green. They're green. They're as green as can be in comparison to the battles you've gone through. This party, as you kind of even look about, it starts to give that slightly off. But Dom definitely is one of the few that catches your attention. While capable, comes off as not experienced in true combat.
I don't visibly show, but he's frowning.
Do you go to... are you just blatantly staring at Dom? Because Dom will notice.
Oh, I'm looking at all of you like I'm studying you.
I will say,
Can I study?
Keznanok catches your attention, especially as he is tiny and effeminate, Rollman. You're not sure if this is a female fire giant or a male fire giant looking at him up and down.
A kindred spirit.
Yeah. Essa, again, same thing, Essa. You're not 100% sure if this is a female or male fire giant overall, as well as the very weak strength to this creature, or what looks to be very weak creature.
I get a sense that would elves be the same way? Their males and females are close.
Both like fair looking.
Yeah, both fair looking.
For giants, for fire giants, or
elves.
For elves. Elves, yes, typically and traditionally are very very pretty looking naturally. So yeah, it's well, elves can easily tell the difference. Most other races couldn't tell you the difference between a male and a female elf.
Mm-hmm. So it's not entirely to be.
No. But yeah, as you look about the party, looking at each of them, they seem to be somewhat new. As they look you all up and down, and Bolov kind of walks over now, looking with the darkness settling. He kind of looks about and goes, "Fucking more of these goddamn weird events happen. I got weird creatures popping up. I got all this. Can you lot just leave? I want to drink in peace and not be bothered by images of creepy creatures."
I mean,
So
I'm
we
ready
have
to
to
go down
hunt
to the caves where there is Vitalis-Spora and Manafungor.
Alex, he goes, "Yes, do you want a map, for God's sake?"
Just point us in the direction.
I mean,
A map would be nice.
Okay, yeah, okay.
Yeah, I said, S and Roman standing at the table hearing this.
Yeah.
I'd appreciate if you guys let me use the map if we get one.
Of course.
I can tell you
Can
which
I?
way north is.
That's good. Any capable avenger should know that. And I give him a
Can
nod.
I
What's up, Dom?
sense
One of my most
motive?
useful spells.
I want to sense motive on the new guy, specifically Rolliman, because I'm sure Dom can clock he's sizing us up, and so I feel
Yeah.
inclined to do the same.
Oh yeah, he's very
especially
not
since we're
hiding
working
it,
with
but
them.
he's doing that.
Yeah, give me a sense motive.
Yeah, exactly. So Dom's just kind of doing the same thing, like, all fucking right. Two can play that game. Mostly also trying to ascertain what skills they might have, since, you know, they were kind of introduced very short notice.
I mean, I just told you my skill.
They
out
did
loud.
just tell you that they're a tracker. Although I
And
didn't
I'm
tell you what I am.
slow.
Other than that. Oh, I rolled absolute dog shit. 8 total. Dom is
I
clouded
am a-
by anger.
I'll
Yeah.
have you know I'm clearly a melee fighter.
Dom, as you look them up and
Yep.
down, Essa's got a bow on them and wearing very light armor. It's pretty clear to tell they're some sort of archer. And as they kind of, after mentioning them being a tracker, it kind of doesn't take 2 and 2 to put together to realize this person's probably a ranger of some sort or a druid. You look Roland up and down. I mean, he's got a giant sword and not really armored to that heavily. You put together,
I'm
it's
wearing leather armor.
he's probably a fighter of some sort. He looks capable.
Yeah, I think I rolled 2 shit to sense their feelings on us, but to understand correctly, I did hear them earlier mention me by name and mention me
Yes.
killing a Gloom.
Yes, you did.
As the party, I guess, is getting up to head out, Dom's just the whole time and kind of keeping his eyes on Rolliman and stuff, and just will pipe up as we leave. Where did you hear that I killed a Gloom?
It was from the port master when we came in. What was it? Yesterday, I believe. Oh no, just now. I think.
Yeah, we just got in today.
Me specifically?
Welcome to the city.
Yes.
You and your party.
But you, yes,
Dom
you remember
kinda-
my name.
Dom kind of understands, oh, the locals know him, they don't know the others, his name was probably dropped from familiarity, and kind of sighs, clearly frustrated, but just kind of shrugs it off. Well, I was involved, we were all involved, in a Gloom's death, but I will not be foolish enough to take the credit for killing a beast of that strength. And just kind of leave it at that.
I appreciate your honesty.
I think it would be foolish and unwise to lie to an ally.
That it would.
And as
Whatever
he's-
y'all
as he's
do, don't
mentioning-
eat the hamburger.
As he's mentioning, don't eat the hamburger. Dom was going to look at Aldrin at the ally comment to shoot like a glare, but upon hearing Ned's comment, it's just gonna look at him, attention drawn, and go, never mind. Good on you for warning.
I look at the bruise on his face and Dom's bruised knuckle, and I'll be like, right. How well does your party work together?
It's
You know, to be honest, in combat, we actually haven't had any issues with each other just yet. Like, no butting heads or anything.
Out of game, you
Mm.
fall.
we are still a new group, so issues are being determined, but I consider we cover a lot of bases.
That's good.
But
Well
allow me
rounded.
to at least depart some information, just in case some of you don't know. Royce, I'm pretty sure I do have one more portion of the mushroom mix
Which mushroom
from
mix?
that whole the Vitellospora and the Fungor from when those guys went mad. There was 3 portions made. We only used 2 of them.
That is correct,
So
yeah.
I still have the one, so I'm able to show them, like, hey, listen, for the unnatural rage inducing poison from, like, the goblins that are become red in rage and the giants that wreaked havoc due to the poisoning are able to be cured by mixing, like, equal portions of the Vitellospora and the Fungor. That together in their mouths should send them back to whatever they were prior to their rage. Now, if it goes on too long, their bodies will have been broken. Unless these goblins have something else modified to that where it won't happen. But I'm just going to give that information out there, so as we're down there, let's collect a few of these, mix them up, so that we can shove these into these goblin mouths and make them far more tolerable to deal with.
Esther just perks up.
Went very well the last time we did that. Dom kind of comments to himself, remembering his close call with Dev.
You're telling me I'm gonna get chased by more of those angry things?
Yeah.
Would you prefer them to be unconscious?
Well, obvious.
I
That's
just
why I
smile and
got
say,
my
good.
bonk stick and I hold up my club.
Esther just smiles and says, good. And
Ned's
taps
gonna
the
give these
blaster
goblins the
inside.
long dropper.
Ned, do you fight at a distance?
I'm holding up a club.
Appears not. I would have expected you to be some sort of spellcaster from your.
I am the one ranged option of this entire party.
Yes, it would be correct.
And but a mere druid.
I am the scout and the ranged option of this entire party.
I have decent, like, perception-based checks.
I'm a stealth archer.
I said decent,
No, I'm just saying in general. My whole skill sets. I'm the scout and the archer. Oh no.
So
We
as
have our
it
own
appears,
scout,
we will be relying on your eyes.
I'll just nod when we get to the cave. I guess I'm leading.
All right. As you lot start.
Also,
Yes.
I was gonna say,
Yeah.
Rolaman and Essa would also both realize that the only armor that Melvin has is a wooden shield.
You mean Ned?
Nice.
Melvin?
Yeah, Ned.
If Melvin shows up, then I have to change this fight a bit. 'Cause I'm not ready to fight a beholder.
Holy shit, a beholder! Oh my god!
Yeah, I can't fight a beholder right now.
Truth be told, I mean, same
Step out.
here. Same
Exactly.
here, buddy. All I have is a heavy wooden shield.
That's slightly broken,
I
I
have
think.
zero
yours was.
armor.
Oh yes, of course. Allow me to expend one of my cantrips to cast mending on my shield.
Okay. As you look over the party,
I
kind of.
stop him before he does it.
What?
Save your energy, and I give him my shield.
Oh. Just another normal wooden shield.
It's just a wooden shield, yeah.
Okay.
Is it a heavy? Is it a heavy wooden shield?
It is a normal wooden shield. If you want to keep your heavy wooden shield, use a cantrip.
It gives me more AC.
All right.
Alright, so as you kind of push it back and kind of cast the cantrip, fixing the shield, you all start heading towards the entrance to the cave at the very top. Before doing so, though, you lot kind of sit down to start drawing up plans, making up kind of concepting, and that is the cue for the DM to for me to pause. For those who are listening, we're going to take a quick short break. You won't notice anything otherwise. Alright, back now that the recording started. Yes, so as you lot find yourselves back at the this entrance to this cave, having been guided down here by one of the local rangers that had been coming up from the bushery, as they seem to kind of point you a lot in the direction after the request came through, straight from the top from the Regan himself. They kind of guided you a lot to this cave, handing you the map that Bolov had crafted up, hand-drawn, thankfully, to his calligraphy skill. Yes, he does actually have a...
Hey, this looks pretty great.
He has a profession calligrapher as actually one of his skill sets, so...
Dude's got a. I mean, for how oafish he is, man's got a pretty nice hand.
Yeah, as you look at this, is very well detailed. Though he doesn't seem to note any markings of any other monsters, he does mention that there were spiders down here at one point that seemed to traverse the area. Though most of their numbers were cut down in the last purge that came through here. He as you lot start to kind of gather around, kind of pointing out and looking at everything, Ned seems to stand off to the side, examining his quarterstaff for a moment, checking out the cool runes drawn into it and such, kind of awestruck by the anvil's
Also
craftsmanship.
hugging it close every once in a while.
As you do so, it seems to slightly glow in response. You're not sure if that's just your magic or the item itself. But as you two, or as you lot kind of start to figure out your plans, you stand up, putting out the fire, kind of shaking off any nerves you have. You steel yourselves. Essa and Rollman, this is a normal day for you, but otherwise, the rest of you, this is your first time really going into the deep dark.
Look, on
You
the base
see-
information, we've dealt with so much worse.
Oh,
You'll see a wolfish grin appear on Roland's face. He said, "Are you ready?"
I feel
Oh,
like
well,
S
not.
I put on my
like
mask.
flattens with no emotion and just says ready.
Kezenok still hearing the fiery crackling from the recent explosion has steeled his resolve and is ready to kick some ass.
all right. Normally, I would have you all roll initiative, but as we'll have a marching order in this situation, let's get your marching order first. So, Essa said they were scouting up first, correct?
Yeah, I'm stealthing a little bit ahead.
Followed
Okay.
by Older and I assume they're gonna be stealthing together, at least a degree.
Yes.
All right. Don't worry. The latest to show up is just here to listen in and vibe. Okay. Followed by then I'm going. Who would be coming up behind Aldrin?
I mean,
I assume the rest of us would be sticking together, but I think I would be next.
I'm
probably as
taking
the
up the
healer,
rear.
yeah.
Okay.
I'll be in the. I'll
Pull
be
up the rear?
behind Kez, probably.
Okay. That
I
gives
want to be
me
kind of close to the
Ned
front.
in the back, as I would only expect Ned to be. Right in front of Rollamin.
Behind Dom.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right, so this will be our marching order going into it.
I can promise you, Cameron, we are not going to be killing.
Essa, as you and Aldrin, both of you are going up first to go scout ahead. Essa, are you going to be trying to let Aldrin keep up, or are you just going to do your thing and stay alive, basically, focus?
I was gonna stealth and vanish as I scout ahead.
Okay, both of you give me a move silently, hide, and a search check. For the two of you, as you disappear into the cave.
17 hide.
Okay.
I got 19 moves silently. I'll write these down as I go.
Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah.
That's a 25 hide.
Okay.
Damn, bro.
Oh my god.
I got a 25 move
We
silently.
flipped. I was
Nice.
higher on the other.
Okay.
And he said search.
What a pair.
Yes, correct. Search, because you're searching for the monsters, I'd assume, and anything of use.
Yeah, and traps.
That's
Okay.
some pretty nice shit you got there, Olden.
Whew, fuck, man.
Thank you.
Same as rolls
No
on the
shit,
fight.
you got some good
It's
shit
surprisingly, when Aldrin gets to actually do his thing and isn't in the monster's face, he's actually good use.
there. Wow.
As a rogue. Who would have
thought?
Alright. As the two of you kind of head in, now are you two splitting up to scout around, or are you trying to stay together, just to be clear?
It's up to Uldra if he wants to try and follow. She's doing her job.
Mm-hmm.
I will stick with Essa.
Okay.
Don't
Alright.
want to get into a position where I'm gonna get jumped and they're fine.
Yeah. So Essa, as you and Uldren head in, the two of you disappearing from sight as the rest of the party kind of waits. Rollman giving the rest of the party kind of an explanation on how this kind of works. Letting them into the fact that, usually Essa goes ahead, scouts around, finds out where things are, and then kind of figures out a path to get the party as efficiently through as possible. Having enough battle experience, the rest of you kind of are able to get the basic understanding as Rollman kind of gives you guys the sign to hold, listening for everything. All right. So which way are you, Essa and Uldren, going? Are you going to the right or left?
That first dead end on the map up to the left.
Uh-huh.
We're gonna
Yeah.
there's nothing behind us.
Okay. As the two of you kind of start popping up into there, though you find no traps as the caves are very roughly carved, it looks like mostly from the water that seems to drip down every once in a while. You come to the back of the cave and just getting to that little area where you can slightly poke your head out halfway through the tunnel where it gets too narrow for the two of you to stand next to each other. You spot what I can only describe for the moment as a large, fluffy-looking seal-like creature with horns, black horns sticking out that seems to be somewhat translucent, where you see a slightly... this creature stands at about 7 feet tall, the caves themselves being almost 35 feet tall, easily towering over. The creature seems to be kind of sitting there jostling back and forth as it does so. However, as both of you take a quicker note, you both notice a figure seems to be floating inside of the creature at this point. It seems to be completely unconscious as you see a red-skinned... let me pull up the exact description. Gray-skinned, red-eyed, red-haired looking, very well-dressed with gold and little sparkling gems and like bright silk clothing looking figure as it kind of has a twisted face that seems to slightly change to a rougher look as it becomes more animal-like with the jaw kind of pushing out, tusks popping out, becoming much rougher looking overall, and then seems to switch back to almost like an elvish appearance that gives with a really clean look to the skin. The creature's face almost somewhat charming as it seems to look over at you for a moment, but then seems to not register anything.
Oh, if it's not aggressive, that's fine.
The large creature that seems to have engulfed this person inside of it, that you kind of put together given your experience as with what just happened. This is pretty clearly not an air elemental, but you're pretty clear it's similar to an air elemental. Not knowing what type, if this is a water elemental or if this is something else, you can see what looks to be a little crystal that seems to be moving about inside the creature every once in a while. That the now mannish, only 5'8" roughly figure seems to try to keep grabbing at and then seeming to almost pass out inside of the seal.
I'm just gonna look towards Uldren, and just kind of looking at it, and I'm looking back towards where the others are, not really speaking.
I'll also look back to where the party is, and then back to you.
Alright, I'll do it then. I'm gonna stealth back to the party.
Okay. As you head back down, Uldren kind of watching this, you head back around the area. Uldren, a few seconds are going by as you kind of see Essa quietly walking, taking their time, and suddenly, as soon as Essa seems to turn around a corner, you see the figure inside the water, or the large seal-like translucent seal-like creature, seems to shove its hand outside of it for a moment, and like is seeming to like swing around towards you. Are you gonna do anything?
Put some distance between myself and it, making sure that I'm not, as close as you're making it sound I am.
No, it's just putting its hand out towards you because the creature inside of this water elemental seems to like not necessarily notice you, but seems to like trying to get someone to like help it as you look at it. The water elemental that's kind of sitting in the center of this cave does not yet notice you at all, as you're still in the same area you were about 20 feet from the creature, standing kind of slightly around there's a little nook that you kind of stick yourself into and able to kind of peek around the corner without being spotted. So,
okay. Then I will put a finger to my mouth, like as to be quiet, and I will slowly pull them out.
You're gonna try and sneak in there? Okay, I'm gonna roll for the creature to see if it notices you.
If this goes wrong, I just put out there, this is his own personal decisions here.
Yeah.
Well, you get right up next to the creature without it noticing. The seal seems to completely be oblivious as it stares up at the sky or up at the ceiling. As little raindrops tap onto its head, it sticks its tongue out and seems to like lick at the water that seems to hit it in the forehead or try to lick at its forehead. The hand still like trying to violently wave, still not seeming to notice you at all. The creature or the person inside seems to be like just freaking out.
I will pull them out slowly.
Okay, go ahead.
And then try and make my way back to where I'm hiding, like as if I'm dragging them.
Motherfucker. You start pulling, and the water elemental completely oblivious to the situation. Give me a strength check. Let's see if you can pull this creature out. Or this person out.
That is a 19.
A 19. As you pull out this figure, managing to kind of easily grab him, he weighs less than you were expecting as the creature pops out, falling onto the ground, coughing and splattering. You immediately watch as he seems to wave his hand and he suddenly kind of slightly vanishes, and continues this cough and splutter as a few moments go by. At this point, Essa, you have gotten yourself around the corner, seeing Rolliman and the rest of the group out there. What are you doing?
I'm getting up to Rolliman, and I'm going to whisper, Elemental seems to have engulfed somebody in the dead end over there. It seemed like a trap, so... At
Is
least
it idle or?
it was just kind of sitting there. Didn't notice me or Uldren.
All right. I mean, as long as probably nobody disturbs it, we should be all right.
All right, I'll go get Uldren then.
Essa, nodding at this, kind of turns back and starts heading back. Uldren, as you see this figure, he kind of like crawls himself over towards the little nook that you were in and around the thing, still spluttering. Water Elemental still completely oblivious, staring up at the ceiling, enjoying the little raindrops hitting it on its face as it tries to catch them back and forth.
It really is a ton moment, I'll be honest with you.
Yeah. As you pull him around the corner, he kind of finally gets up and like wipes himself off. Essa, you come around and see this 5'8", gray-skinned, business suit dressed, well-off merchant, kind of with a little like staff in his hand, like a cane in his hand. He kind of circles it around his finger for a moment, almost hitting one of the rocks as he does so, and then kind of sets it back onto the ground as he looks at both of you and goes, "Thank you. I truly do not know what I could have done without you," as he is loud as you hear him echoing through the entire cave.
Him.
Oh, you idiot. I'm getting back to the party with that. I'm not sure them to fall, but I'm not being caught by this thing because he's yelling.
Did we hear that?
Damn it.
Yeah, clearly.
I'm leaving. I'm done. Nope.
I motion everyone to
I
He-
look
he-
at Uldren. I'm sorry, I look at Uldren, I just say, "You're an idiot," as I stealth away.
He kind of looks about at you too as you stealth away and like re-snaps his fingers, and you see he suddenly disappears once again, though you can still hear his footsteps right behind you. After a few moments, you guys all come around the main corner, coming to that very edge right before you kind of make the right into the dead end. You all standing as a group. The figure kind of snaps his fingers again, unturns into uninvisible, and goes, "So I can't do that anymore."
You know we're in a nest of monsters, right?
That would explain what I...
Think
If
you
you
can
could talk a little
quieter?
quieter.
Well, they can't hear me.
Why?
What are you talking about?
You know what? Never mind. It's not important. What are you doing down here fighting water elementals? It's not, truly. It's... How do I say? I am of a bardic capability. One of my, abilities I gained while in schooling, if you will, or on the road, has given me the chance to learn how to speak loudly without disturbing those I do not wish to disturb.
Alder, I think we just need to focus on the mission instead of figuring out what this guy is doing. I mean, he was probably the guy they sent down here anyway.
What is your name?
He smiles, and he goes, "My name is Jakix Morden."
Jakix Morden.
How do you spell that?
And he kind of as he puts his fingers up into the air, starts spelling it out in little lights, as he kind of smiles, and it shines for a moment as it dies out.
Why are you in these lands?
Like in the cave, or just visiting the city?
I'm gonna sense motive this guy right
The
off the
letter.
fucking bat.
Feel free. well, I can answer both with the same answer, to be truthful. I am searching for a business compatriot of mine, that was supposed to arrive in this city today, actually, as he told me, although he said he had a compatriot he was bringing, and I've not seen my compatriot here, or his compatriot here, as he'd be pretty easy to spot.
Is he, like,
I'm a
tan dwarf or something?
Actually, yes. Funny you speak that. And traveling with a Toth researcher.
I've never heard of a tan dwarf. That was a joke, because they don't exist.
Yeah, black hair and brown skin, very nasty human being when you bother his research. Anyways, Dom, as you get a sense of what are you trying to sense off this guy specifically?
Basically, trying to sense kind of what his vibe is like. Is he just like this? Is he putting on a front to the party? How truthful are his intentions? And as he's rambling on about his partner, if he's just full of bullshit and lying through his teeth. Basically, is this guy just a big old fucking liar?
Okay. Let me see.
If this guy's gonna be a problem or not.
Second. So you got an 18. He is telling the full truth, nothing but the truth, and you couldn't tell the difference.
No, God, he's got a plus 15. Guys, this is a high-level bard. This man.
He
So
looks...
you were looking for your compatriots in a cave?
See, I thought they got taken off by some goblins, because I heard they were arriving on a boat today. They were supposed to be traveling with some fella named Loruf or something like that, Windwalker or Woodwalker, something of the such. And so I thought, my assumption is that he had gone off ahead of me to investigate this cave and figure out more about it. We were going to sell our research to Utham to then try and get in with the collective a little bit cleaner, if you know what I mean. It's not easy these days to make contact with their people. And Bargus, while he's fully employed by them, it's still hard to figure out where their city is if you're not one of the higher ranked people that actually gets to live there, so...
So the guy you work with is named Bardris?
Yes. Known for carrying around a belt full of crap.
Oh, okay. Good to know, I guess. I mean, we're not really here for you, so I mean, I don't see why you just can't go on your merry way. We're here to just clean out this place of goblins and whatever nefarious monsters.
Oh, well, if that's the case, if you wouldn't mind, I've got a card, as he kind of like digs into his shirt pocket and kind of pulls out a little card and goes, so this serves with the Golden Heart Merchant Company. Now, I don't work for them officially, but I am one of my co-friends, if you will. It's a long story. A friend works for their leader. So if you ever need to get in contact with me, easiest way to do so is...
have all
I
those,
dropped the
please?
card in my bucket.
All of those? What?
I might be able to, spread these out. I get around quite often.
I
I'd
mean,
be
yeah,
happy to help.
I definitely would like to take one to, keep in contact. I mean, you guys, you seem like you might, at least this company might come in use just if we need to, like, buy or sell anything. It's a merchant company. Good to have, like, an inn.
He takes a second. Give me a bluff check, Rollman.
Gotcha. When I say this, I also say, Bardris happens to be in town currently. If you would like to meet him, he's on the surface. If that helps at all.
Okay, let's see what you got.
Wow. Yeah.
Alright, as you do this, he kind of looks at you and goes, he kind of hands a card to each of the party members and then hands you like the rest of the small little deck as he kind of puts it, hands it right into your hand and goes, I appreciate the free advertising. If you ever need anything, I do speeches, songs. I'm always at your service for anything you might need, as he smiles. And if you are ever interested in making any sort of arrangements, as he gives a kind of a toothy grin, I would be happy to offer assistance, as he kind of walks past the rest of the party, heading back towards the exit.
Of course.
And as he kind of heads around the corner, one of you kind of looking over, he disappears from sight, as if he vanishes from as you look down further down the corridor.
Anyway,
let us carry on.
He seemed truthful, but something in me tells me that it isn't right.
I have no reason not to believe him.
but I still don't believe him.
Well, confirmed he's a dwarf, right? I just had a encounter after death with the dwarf, so Domnander is like,
No, this fellow is 5'8" and looked more like a tiefling-esque. Very fiendish in his
tiefling-esque,
appearance.
okay.
Yes. The only person who saw his the different face though being Aldrin at the time, who had seen it kind of, and Essa as it popped in and out.
Okay. See, okay.
All right, so so we have this whole place mapped out, or just that little indent in the tunnels?
As you look about, you also notice Essa is gone.
Probably
Oh,
stealing that.
all right, Aldrin. Did you take a look at the place that you scouted out was just in that little that singular, like on the map, like that top right area, correct?
Yes, and there's a water elemental, like I believe you already updated.
Gotcha. Do we want to deal with the water elemental? I don't really think it's like for goblins, right? The mission is goblins,
This
or is
ma-
it to clear the place out?
It potentially might, now that its dinner is gone, might roam about, so be aware of that.
As you say this, Roman, kind of as you spot over towards the right, following the right wall, as Essa kind of creeps around the corner, like starting to mime out, motioning for you all to come towards them, and kind of like showing with their hands different movements of like a spider-like creature, mimicking something of a fight as they kind of pull off their bow off their back and start like strumming it.
All right, strumming or stringing?
Stringing. My apologies.
Playing.
It's a bow. Have you know?
It's a taunt bow.
Oh.
Now I want to harp that
It was
point
a
out.
great
I'm gonna
mental
harp that
image.
arrow.
Technically, you can use horsehair as to make bowstring. So technically, you can use a bow as an instrument because it can play on the violin,
I have tempted.
or any string
But,
instrument.
to be fair, though, it's not the best because usually it's sinew that's the best because it's more elastic. The horsehair isn't very, stretchy.
Yeah. Well, yes, exactly. But as you lot kind of look down, or look about, Essa seems to kind of aim at that and kind of pointing down, following the right cave towards where you see that first group of cobwebs on the far right. For
Alright,
reference,
well, I guess
Roman.
with the weapons out, sword and mace in hand, I guess I'll follow.
Taking up the rear.
Okay.
Watching out for that water elemental.
Okay.
Stay in the middle.
As you start continuing on with the marching order, going forward, you lot follow after Essa, and as you come around the corner, let's roll some initiative.
Initiative
Wait,
one.
which dice shall I choose?
That
Do I get
is-
a pre-prep because I've been staring at them for a while?
Sure, I'll give you a +3.
Sick. I'll probably still roll poorly. I've yet to roll a good initiative.
15. Same here, man. Hit it.
Yeah, that's decent. Oh, there we go.
There you go, man.
Wow.
Give me a second.
I rolled a 13. It's not terrible.
Well, alright, so we've got Kez at 13.
Oh, what's your dex, Aldrin?
My dex is a 15.
Alright. I'll be at
Let's see.
at a 16.
Aldrin is 16. Yep.
Roll that
What was yours, Rollman? Oh, there it is. Right, I see it.
16 as well, but I'll be ahead because I have one more dex than he does.
Yep. Give me a second. There we go.
I really want, by the way, because I can make poison out of poisonous creatures.
I've been looking forward to this this entire time.
I was asking to buy spiders like 3 sessions ago in different city.
Why buy them when you can just, kill them?
Yeah, when I can just take them because I found some. I'm happy with this.
Oh, fuck. Okay, it didn't work like I wanted it to. I was trying to set the thing up, but it won't let me do it the way I want to, so okay.
We do need wares. You're very right, James, in my head.
My party also needs financial stability as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to go find a work.
Ooh, what the fuck?
Oh,
What happened?
what was that?
Alright.
Hopefully both parties profit greatly from this mission.
I hope it.
To be fair,
like a deficit.
I only need one very specific part of the body from each.
What is it like the
I need the
venom
venom.
glands?
I need the venom sac.
Yep. Give me a second. I'm almost done. Sorry, I was playing with a battle tracker. I'm trying out, and it didn't. It kind of get fucked up because it does not do the Dex thing. Aldrin, please watch rubbing your mic. Yep, thank you.
I mean, you could also just put in a 17 for me and a 16 for him.
I could have, but I couldn't edit it after I put it in. So it's funny how that works out. Yeah.
Fair.
Nacho man.
So yeah. Wait, did I read that right? Wait, hold up. God damn it. Wait, Dom, where's your roll?
I rolled manually. I got an 8 because I rolled absolute dog shit.
Okay.
Like actually.
No.
I was like, why am I not
having
seeing
a
you
rough
in here?
day, guys. If you
I
couldn't
mean,
tell.
okay, what's your dex normally? Like, what's your dex stat?
My high dex is a 15. I have
Oh, wow.
decent dex. Yeah, I'm dex. I just really rolled bad.
Yeah, been there.
Yeah, my dex is about a 14.
Aha!
There we
Same
go.
bonus, but I'm one higher.
Now I got it.
I mean,
Alright.
I do have a wisdom of 20.
As Essa, of course, surprising no one, is up first, charging up front to the front of the battle, seeing the creatures about 10 feet in front of you, Essa. You stand basically at the top of that nook, not even having to really move much further. Right as you look down this main right hallway, the two creatures still have yet to spot you.
How far away are they?
10 feet.
Oh, perfect. I don't really want to be right in the front, but I don't think it truly matters that
The rest of
much.
the party is still behind you, coming up to charge. So.
Yeah, that's fine. I'm gonna take a shot.
Okay.
Let's see. Well, the hand dice, it's faster. I have what, a plus 6 to hit from this distance, I believe. Yeah, because I get a +1 within 30 feet.
Mm-hmm.
That's a 13 plus 5, so an 18 to hit.
18 does hit.
Okay. It's 5 damage for the first shot.
Okay. All right.
I get a second shot without even using my non-movement because of my rapid shot feat.
Mm-hmm.
But it's at a -2 to hit compared to normal, so I only get a +3 to this. But when you roll a 19 for a 22, that kind of works.
Nice. All right.
And that's 8 damage.
Okay. All right. The spider takes 2 bow shots. Go ahead. Anything else?
And then I'm not moving.
Correct.
So, do I get to use rapid shot again if I'm not moving, or do I just get my normal attacks?
It's counted as an action, so it's a full action technically.
Okay, so I just took my normal.
Mm-hmm.
Alright. That's fine. It's another 22. Or 24 this time, because it's +5.
20. Yeah, that hits easily.
Yep. My damage isn't high, but God, can I hit something?
The life of a
It's
ranger.
another 5 damage.
All right.
Or, sorry. +1 to all of those, because point blank also gets +1 to damage.
Okay. The
Are
spider.
spiders, are spiders vermin?
They are considered vermin. Yes.
+6, because 3 shots, because I get +2 damage on vermin.
Okay. As you watch as the 3 arrows go flying into the creature, the first spider, not even realizing it, each of them's planting themselves into its back sack. The squish and the sounds of the fluid leaking out of it, the creature seems to give a high-pitched screech out, loud enough to alert pretty much anything inside this cave, as the creature freaks out, seeming to look around confused as you end your turn. That same spider now is going to turn around and make a search or a spot check to see if it can see you. Okay. As it seems to look about, the creature does not seem to notice you at first. Now, though, as it stares in your general direction, if you do make another attack with your stealth or with your hide check, you will lose your hide.
Yeah, but by that point, the other party members will be here, so that's
Yep.
fine.
The other creature, seeing that the first one has turned around and the screeches, is also going to turn and do the same thing for
If
them.
this one sees me, at least I dodged one of them.
And I believe, what was your high? It was a 25?
Like a 9. I I think 25 was my move silent.
25 was high. As the creature looks about, it does not seem to spot you and looks confused as it ends its turn.
I'm in my natural habitat finally.
Yep.
That's where I belong.
As it ends its turn, Rolman, you are up. You are currently, as you come around, you'll be at the top of the that little like rock chunk right before it hits the second dead end. So that'll put you 20 feet behind the or from the spiders.
We went right, and we're where you said.
Here, it'll be easier if I just screen share to save myself some time here for a second. Don't worry, I don't care what you see on here because there's nothing on here that's a shocker. So yeah, just about right here is where you're at the top of this cave.
20 feet around the corner.
Yeah, 20 feet to get all the way up there, with basically Essa standing down here. So, make it easy.
All right.
All right.
Mm-hmm. Sure, I'll go ahead and go up to them.
You're gonna charge forward. Okay.
I burned both the spiders' turns. Fuck them up.
Yep, I'll up them, and then I will initiate a strike.
Okay.
It'll be Steel Wind, so I can attack both of them.
Not again.
Yes.
Oh yeah, he gave DM a heart attack because he found another skill called Steel Wind, right?
Completely different.
Nothing to do with it. Another one.
Let's
All right. Let me roll things.
I appreciate you, Cameron.
Oh yeah, that's nice.
Well,
12 to hit does not hit as the creature looks you straight in the eyes and dodges out of the way after having 2 or 3 arrows shot into its ass. The creature looks at you as if you're the one who's done it.
yes, I have a bow, and this will for the other spider.
Oh, they don't know what a bow
14.
is.
How about that one?
14. The creature jumps out of the way as well with ease.
Darn. Alright. And then I will take a 5-foot step back.
Okay. As you take a 5-foot step back.
That does not attack up to
It does not. I'm just checking to see if they have any special abilities that gets off. It does not. Okay. Is that in your turn?
Yeah.
Okay.
Nothing else to do.
All right, Uldren, you are 20 feet from the spider, seeing where Rolman just ran around the side.
And they're looking in our direction, correct?
Yes. They seem to have noticed Rolman overall.
Would it be possible for me to stealth behind them?
You can try. They haven't spotted you, but they will both get a spot check to see if they can hit your hide still. So.
I ain't got a choice if I want to do what I want to do.
So. All right, I will roll for them.
Either way, they're still gonna find me.
I don't think. What was your? Let me check your thing.
My hide is the 17 for this time, unless you want me to keep my other one.
No, you keep your other one. Yeah, you're still keeping the other one, which was a 19, I believe.
Yes.
17 in this case. Well, yeah, neither of them notice you as you come around. The creatures both seem completely focused on Rolman, thinking that he's solely attacking them. They wait, focusing on him. You manage to get around them. I assume you have 30 feet of movement, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, you circle around, standing behind them. The creature's not noticing you. You are now flanking.
All right. I am going to sudden strike one of the spiders.
Okay. Remember, flanking is +2.
So, actually, no, I can't because the spider I most likely believe will be able to defend itself, unless.
Sudden strike, you basically have to go first, or you have to have the enemy grappled.
Okay.
You would have had to have rolled better initiative than the spiders.
All right, then I will just go with a standard Kamas attack. I'm using my regular Kamas as I am still unclear on, and don't want to have a raging spider here.
Okay. Alright, let's see what you got. You rear back to attack the spider. Well, it's oblivious, its eyes locked on Rolman, thinking combat to the death, and its new lunch is in front of it.
Natural 20.
All right.
Yo.
That's a nat 20, so that does auto hit, as Grumpy has been trying to remind me every campaign session. Do roll to the second one. This will be added to your damage, and then the third one will be, or if you roll another nat 20 for damage, you get to roll a third one to see what the permanent damage is on the creature.
No, remember,
And-
it's
3d20.
roll
The second one is
see
to
if he gets
confirm
the
the
crit
actual
first.
critical hit.
That's right. Okay.
He just rolled to beat their AC again with that next D20.
That's
with
right.
His plus. So just roll to hit again, Caleb.
All right. That's an 11.
So you don't get crit damage.
So no
You do
crit
not.
damage.
Yeah. All right. So you do hit though. Go ahead and
All right.
go ahead and roll your damage.
Come on. There's the D6. That is 4 damage.
4 damage. As you stab into the back of the creature, it seems to turn. Now noticing you, it screeches out at you, not seeming to do anything else. You used your movement. You stab into it, getting a little bit of the spider's greenish guts onto you. Go ahead. Or do you have anything else you'd like to do? You
No.
used your movement in your action? Alright.
There's nothing I could foreseeably see because bonus actions are
Nope.
not linked that way.
Yep. Alright, no worries. Ned, you are up as you look about, seeing this. You're 20 feet from these two spiders that are battling it out with Rollman now being flanked by Uldren.
Let's- I would like to walk up behind Aldrin.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna put my hand on his shoulder.
Okay, Will.
Don't let this.
Go ahead.
What's that?
Oh, I was gonna say, if you're gonna walk around, if you're gonna get all the way up to Uldren, who's like behind the spiders, one of the spiders will get an attack of
Oh, he's
opportunity on you.
behind him.
Yeah.
Is Rolleman?
Rollman standing.
to
Yeah,
me.
yeah, you
I'm
can
in
walk
front
up
of
to
the
Rollman.
spiders.
Yeah, so.
Okay. So I'll go up behind Rolleman, put my hand on his shoulder. Good luck with these spiders, and I cast resistance.
Ooh. Okay.
So
That gives you
get
a
a plus
+1
one
on-
resistant bonus on saves.
Okay. For how long?
1 minute.
All right.
Okay. As you do so, the you watch as Roman slightly begins to glow. Ned used up about 10 feet or 20 feet of your movement to get up here. What do you and use your action? Do you want to do anything else?
Nah, just ready my club in case I have to defend myself, even though I don't really want to fight these spiders.
As you stand behind Rollman, you ready your club. All right. As you wrap up your turn, Kesdenok, you're up. With
All
20
right.
feet between you, what would you like to do?
Kesdenok, in righteous fury, is going to attack these spiders.
All right, let's see what you got.
Alrighty then. I am currently in the edit section. Let me get out of that so I can roll. Okay.
Always gotta have two sheets open.
Yeah, I should have done that.
I feel that
Should've
pain.
done it.
No, I feel it. Don't worry.
All right. Swinging does a that is a 13 hit.
Does the 13 does hit?
What?
As-
He was gonna hit.
As you watch the spider, as you look about, one of the spider who's been stabbed and damaged seems to have grown weaker.
3 damage.
3 damage. You watch as you stab into the creature, the spider. Watch it explodes out with a bunch juices, green, going everywhere as the poisonous liquid seems to splatter about. The spider drops to the ground dead. I need a reflex from Rollman, Uldren, Kez, and Ned.
Okay.
So this doesn't
Last
matter
came
if
with
it was
benefits.
bludgeoning,
Nat
a crushing
20
instead
for
of
a
stabbing.
21.
Correct. Yeah.
Okay.
Nat 20. Okay, you're good. Ned.
16.
16
Seven.
saves. Aldrin
13,
saves.
17.
13. Rollman, I need a fortitude save.
Fortitude save.
Oh,
Alright.
no.
As the poison hits your skin, causing you to begin to burn and itch.
Don't forget your
19.
+1.
19.
That's not how poison works.
As you do so, you can kind of wipe it off onto your leather armor, easily cleaning the stuff off, not feeling any of the side effects. After a few moments, the itch disappears. Kesnanok standing next to the creature. Kez, give me a spot check real quick.
Oh yeah, I got you. All right, let me 12.
12. You notice for a moment a strange shadow figure seems to, almost like a tentacle seems to disappear from the spider and goes back towards the entrance. As you do, though, you've ran up to the creature, stabbed it. Is there anything else you can do?
I don't believe so. No.
Alright, perfect. Looking about, look slightly concerned and with confusion on your face. I assume, Dom, you are up, rushing up. You are 20 feet from the one leftover spider, with the rest of the group kind of now basically clogging up the hallway, but now not making it easily able to get around.
Am I able to flank with anyone on that last remaining spider?
You would be able to, but you'd have to you're going to be going through difficult, which means because you're going to have to squeeze by Kesnanok and Rolaman as they are standing next to each other.
But
That
they're
is
so little.
well, that is true.
Step over our heads, bro.
Yeah, but 9 versus 15 feet. I'm not sure you're really tall enough to step over.
It is, but I will say, so it would cut down that last 10 feet worth of movement into half. So you would basically only get 5 feet. So you wouldn't be, you would still be flanking, but now you'd be on the side of the creature with Uldred behind it and Rolaman in front of it, and Kesnanok off to your side. So you're basically going, you could, yes.
How big?
It'll take all 30 movement if you have it.
Okay. Yeah, I'll do that then. That sounds good enough in my head.
Okay.
Position-wise, I don't have any other plans.
You rush up towards the creature, fist ready to go, kind of squeezing by Kesnanok as he seems to look off to back towards the entrance for a moment. You rush up, ready to go.
Mm-hmm.
The spider very
I'm gonna
close
check
to death as
one
well.
thing.
This one is not. This is the one that wasn't shot.
I could Flurry of Blows, but whoa! Let's drop the dice. No, not yours. I will. Oh, you're replying to something. What Chastity said? I thought you were replying to my thing. You said it's not close to death, right?
It looks to be completely unharmed. Yeah.
I will then attempt, because it's my flanking bonus will cancel it out to Flurry of Blows, so attack twice on this thing.
All right, let's see what you got.
Because if I recall, it's just mild to penalty, which is canceled out, and then I still get to add my attack bonus, correct?
Yes, your base attack bonus, yeah.
Okay, cool. Yep. So flanking just came.
+2 for flanking, yeah.
All right. So 18 for the first.
18 hits.
Then 7 for the second.
Yeah, the second one goes wide as the creature gets wise to you trying to smack it.
Yeah, so Flurry of Blows basically didn't do anything, but I still get a hit in.
Hey, it works. You take a smack at the creature, yeah.
Let me find that wonderful D8 damage. You've got to be fucking kidding me. Great news, guys. When it comes to punching spiders, I'll deal 1 damage.
You smack into the spider, and as it seems to look up at you and not really taking you seriously, dodging out of the way of your second hit, the creature seems to kind of eye you up with very little fear as it looks to the other two, focusing on them.
Dom's in an awkward position where he's not getting the full range of movement to land his hit, so I'm basically just, just poking it. And I believe that is my full turn because I flurry of blows.
Alright.
So smart.
As you end your turn, 1 sec.
Oh, and for free action, I'll do my feet to get the bonus against it.
Alright. Give me a second as you begin to hear the sloshing in the background behind you, Essa. You hear as a new threat starts coming down the corridor back where you were coming from. You are up, Essa. You are on mute if you're
Yeah, I think I have an idea. How far away is the water elemental? Like I can hear it. Right?
Yeah. If you come back around the corner, which is gonna be like 10 feet of movement, you would be you can see if you can spot it.
Yeah, I have a plan. I'm gonna go the 10 feet.
All right, yeah, as you do, looking down the hallway, you see the water elemental looking to either side, looking like it's looking for something. It has yet to notice you.
You guys got the spider, right? There's 1 spider.
For sure.
Right. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
I'm holding my action. If it comes over, I'm gonna use my breath weapon.
Okay. As you hold your action, waiting, the creature doesn't seem to react. All right. The second spider is up. It is going to seeing what just happened, looking at Keznanok, who killed its fellow, and is going to make a quick assessment.
What do you mean? I have a giant sword.
Yeah, but you didn't kill the other one. And it is going to bite down hard onto Keznanok.
They will meet divine fury.
Or they're going to poison you and watch you die. Does a 17 hit?
A 17 does hit.
The creature is going to bite down. Please give me a fortitude save, Keznanok.
Of course, I can do that for you. Does a 16 save?
It does, easily. You take 1 point of piercing damage as it bites down onto your leg, as you kind of bringing you back to the battle at hand. Looking back down, you feel the pinch on your foot.
Ouch! Fuck! Ow! God!
Remembering that this creature can poison, kind of being annoyed at it, it looks up at you. And as it's not going to move, it's also going to take another attack to try and bite you again. Let's see. Does a 7 hit?
No.
Now that he's focused.
Shit! Fuck! No!
Rushes his foot away from it. As it
Ew! Fuck!
it ends its turn, roll him, and you look down at the creature as it's like drooling a little bit of venom on its side, looking at Keznanok hungrily.
Oh, alright then. Alright, I will go ahead and swing at them, but I'm going to use a maneuver leading the attack.
Okay.
So basically I just attack it normally, and if I hit, everyone will get a +4 bonus on attack rolls for 1 round.
Oh no.
A bonus 1 to attack roll.
But +4.
A +4.
Yes.
Grumpy's a pretty wild class.
15.
Is that with the +2 already for flanking?
Oh no, it's not. Yeah, it's
So with the flanking bonus, you hit. Yeah, go ahead and roll damage.
Okay.
So that'll be a +4 for everyone to get on top of the +2. Oh god.
Yes.
This poor spider's getting gangbanged while S is out there focusing on the real threat.
Oh boy.
Oh gee!
damage.
Smashing into the creature, cutting off one of its legs. The creature looks over, suddenly turns to you in surprise and fear. Its eyes as it suddenly
I just whispered to it, "You misjudged."
Is that what having good weapons looks like?
Holy shit.
And then I'm
That's
gonna
a
swing it
normal
again,
weapon.
but it didn't move.
Yeah,
I can
you
only
didn't
do
move.
a D6 because of my mace.
Yeah,
Alright?
go ahead and roll
It's a
again.
large sword.
He's got a
He's
big.
using a large.
Yeah, his weapon's a class size bigger than most of the ones you guys use, so.
Oh, that's a crit, by the way.
Oh, go ahead. Yeah, go ahead and roll again.
Does 16 hit?
16. Oh, yeah, it just meets. Oh my god, roll again.
Okay.
Roll again for the last one. See if you get the first injury on the table on a spider. Are you gonna keep the spider?
You want to roll another,
Yep.
D20.
If you hit another nat 20, you get a permanent injury on the creature.
So no plus.
Almost
just
not worth it. But
No,
makes
it's
me
just a
cry.
flat. Well, it's in case the creature escapes. That's why. 7. Nah.
So double the damage, right?
Yep. Double the dice or double the damage.
I would just double this then. Well, 24.
24. You watch as you cleanly come down with a second strike after telling the creature it misjudged. It the blade comes down, splitting it in half completely. The creature falling to the ground. As you watch the blood squirting all over everyone. Actually, in fact, give me another reflex save, everyone.
Oh boy, now I'm in the fray.
Yeah, everyone but Essa.
Yay!
Thank you.
17.
Can we get a plus because we expect it to splurt out upon death?
Sure, I'll give you a +1.
18.
18.
Oh, fantastic! That's a nat
left.
20. Never mind. I don't need it.
11. Okay, Rollman, you
You roll
failed.
another fortitude save.
Yeah,
again.
Rollman, you failed again.
Come on, Rollman, strong luck.
23,
Don't
good.
forget your +1.
I got a 10.
10.
Not
I
forgetting.
added it already.
There we go. 22.
15. Alright, Aldrin, fortitude save.
22.
14. Yeah, I heard you, Rollman. Rollman and Aldrin, as you both get caught in the splash, the venom getting onto your skin. At first, you watch as it starts to burn, the itching starts to go, and as you wipe it off once more, not feeling the end of the effect, the creature seems to have died without injuring a single one of you truly. As both creatures
Well,
expire.
1 damage.
That's true. Hey,
Battle wound.
it's battle wound. Rollman, you end your turn. Is there anything you want to say as a free action or do as a free action?
Look out. They made noise. Set up. Prepare for more combat. It's not over.
All right. As you say that, Aldrin, you are up.
I'm stealthing. And
Alright.
I'm going to move. To
Join me in my hidey hole.
Give me a hide check.
Where I see Essa.
I don't look.
Okay.
I doubt I can see it. Where I last saw you.
Yeah, go ahead and give me a hide check. So hide and then move silently for your for this.
That is a 27,
Okay.
and that's a 16 for the move silent.
Okay. Yeah, you start heading over towards the little nook, looking around for Essa. Give me a spot or search check in this case, because you're actually searching for them. 11. Yeah, you don't spot Essa anywhere as you start to look around the rock, disappearing from the rest of the party. But you move up to 10 feet. You still have another 20 feet to movement using your action. You've already used your action. Is there anything else you'd like to do?
So technically, I have 60 feet.
Oh, 60 feet. Sorry. I forgot you're more nimble than the rest of your party members.
Nimble.
Yes. I see. Or am I in my current position? Do I see the water elemental?
With where you're standing, you're just at the where Essa was started the battle, so at the edge of the hallway. You'd have to go up another 10 feet back to where the rest of the party was, towards that second dead end area, and look around the corner to see where the water elemental is. So no, in simplicity.
Then I will. I mean, I know that something is coming at least, right?
Well,
Like, I
you
can
have it.
hear movement.
You could hear the sloshing, yes. The whole party could hear the sloshing sound.
Then I will somewhat move in that direction to see what's making that noise and what direction it's going.
Yeah. So you come around the corner, let's see. I'm gonna see if the creature spots you. What you said 27 and then the 6 it was 16 for move silently?
Yeah, 27 for hide. Move silently with 16.
The creature seems to almost like innately lock in towards the general direction that you are now standing at, that towards that secondary dead end on the map. As it doesn't seem to see you, but seems to be like looking about that area now.
I'm going to. I'm gonna ready my action for stabbing it if it gets closer.
Okay. As you end your turn, Ned, you're up.
I will just kind of hold put where I'm at.
Okay.
And hold my action until I see something.
All right. Kind of watching about. No worries. Kez, you are up then.
So we don't know that the water elemental is on its way, correct?
You can hear the slight sloshing sound of the creature.
Gotcha. I guess I'll like keep an eye on that direction and kind of just, hold fast for the time being until I either see it or I get word, because I assume since two of the party members are gone, they're keeping an eye on it, or they've ditched us, so hoping for the first, I'm just gonna wait to see what happens. Just,
Okay.
holding my
UQ,
action
it's
until it, yeah.
UQ, it's held action. It is going to roar out through the entirety of the cave system. The water elemental.
Oh, the water elemental roars. Interesting.
And as the entire cave echoes throughout, you get the sense that any creature left that didn't hear the spiders has probably been alerted to your presence. And that ends its held action. Dom, you're up.
Sorry, I cut out, so I did not even catch what Kez did. What?
I held my action.
Okay. And then did the water elemental do anything? Because I believe it goes before.
It roared.
Me.
It roared with after its held action was queued. Yep.
Okay, so is it within eyesight yet, or is it still hidden
It's
off
still-
in the tunnels?
It's still hidden off in the tunnels, unless you want to go around the corner and try and go find it.
No. Can I go up to? I believe Rolliman said he was moving up towards the entrance, or no?
Nope, Rollman hasn't moved.
I did not say anything. I said be ready.
Okay, then in that case, sorry, I thought you were going to meet the water elemental head on, and I was gonna make sure you had assistance. But if that's the case, then yeah, I will. Also, is there any fancy monk shit I can do? Hang on, let me double check before I say I hold my action. I can, well, I could designate an opponent for free, so I guess I'll do that on water elemental. Doesn't
Okay.
say I need line of sight, just so I can have that dodge bonus against it. And I will just also stay put and hold my act, because I'm not rushing out to meet it.
Okay. As you do so, the creature does not seem to do anything. Give me a second, I'm just fixing something. All right. As you end your turn, as we go back up to the top, Essa.
I'm gonna shoot a water elemental. Alright.
You gonna shoot the water elemental? Okay.
Didn't want to come over to my fucking trap, the little shit.
Maybe they'll come out in a little bit,
How far away is it?
The creature looks to be 10 feet from you. At this
boy.
Or sorry, 20 feet from you. Sorry.
I was about to say 10 feet isn't my breath range.
No, yeah, 20 feet from you. Yep.
I'll take a 5-foot step closer with after my shots, my 2 shots.
Okay.
I'm gonna do something. Alright. Come on. That's a 9 plus 5 for a 14. 15, because I have the plus 1.
As the creature has yet to notice you, that hits.
Okay. That's 9 damage. It's max damage at least.
As you manage to get a shot off, the creature seems to suddenly turn. Roll to see if it's going to notice you on the first one. Actually, no, it's already looking over here, so yeah, it would have noticed you. Never mind. Yeah, so as it seems to lock in on as the arrow comes smacking into the creature, kind of slightly dissolving into the body for a moment and like getting pulled into its body and kind of floating about. The creature seems to kind of start to turn a little bit more reddish and growls towards you, Essa, as it's noticed you.
The second is a 21 to hit.
That hits.
Yep. 7 damage.
The creature, the arrow smacks into it and once again absorbs.
And then I need a reflex save.
Ooh, no, I don't like that. Wait.
Lightning. Let there be lightning.
Wait a minute. Oh shit.
Let there be lightning.
You forgot what kind of dragon kid you have, didn't you?
Uh-huh. Uh-oh.
Is that your save right there? That's 6?
Yeah, that's a 6.
Yeah, you fail, buddy. It's alright.
Oh, good. Okay.
Where's my... Don't worry, it's not a lot of damage, to be fair.
Mm-hmm.
No, only a D10.
No, it's not even a D10.
Then-
It's plus my con, so that's 8 lightning damage as this gas comes out of Essa's mouth, surrounds it, and then like she clicks her teeth, and a flash of electricity goes through the gas.
As you do so, lighting up the cave, the creature seems to immediately, as it sparks, the arrows inside it seem to burn up and fry. The creature jolting a bunch, like the body almost like an elastic slime trying to pull itself apart for a moment, seems to reform back up, kind of looking more and more angry and vicious as the water takes on a stronger and stranger looking form of this like demonic seal.
Now I'm gonna roll to see how long till I can do that again.
All right, let's see what you got. Hopefully.
3 rounds because it's 2 plus 1.
All right.
Do it again.
Okay. Yep.
Yeah, that is the end of my turn. I'm staring this thing down.
As you end your turn, yeah, the creature seems to be angrily glaring at you now. Going down, Goblin Unit 1 is going to start moving. All right. They finish their turn. Okay. Rolman, you are up.
First, I'm going to start by regaining my maneuvers. So you'll see Rollman artistly flicks his sword around, which he uses an action to do and a swift action to regain his maneuvers. Basically just flicking the blood off from the spiders. Getting ready, and I'll enter the hunter's stance, so I get the sense ability. Could I be able to smell where the goblins are coming from?
That would be... I think we called that survival last time.
Because
Survival?
tracking in general is survival.
Yeah. Yeah, so survival.
Okay. Alright. Not a big bonus, sadly. It'll be okay. 19.
19. As you kind of start sniffing onto the air for a moment, you smell goblins everywhere. You also smell the strange scent of curdled milk on the air that kind of sticks out slightly. But otherwise, you are not able to tell exactly where the goblin's in. You do pick up that there's about 6 of them altogether.
I'll whisper to everyone, 6 goblins, be ready. And then, I will just defend. I will stand there.
Okay. As you kind of wait, Uldren, you are up.
Alright, so looking in my direction, I want to get behind it.
Mm-hmm.
Would I be able to make my way around the rock to get behind it with my full movement speed?
Yes. It'll still just be basically it's gonna get a spot check to see if it notices you. It's just gotta beat your hide check, which was 27, which
Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest, I can't beat. I'm still gonna roll. Oh, +4. The water elemental only has a +4 to its spot check. So yeah, as you easily kind of skirt around Essa and the water elemental getting behind it, you manage to get right up, and the creature has yet to notice you as it continues to like kind of like growl. It seems to make it puff out its chest towards Essa.
All right. I'm going to sudden strike, sneak attack it.
Okay. You do get flanking bonus, so +2 on this.
Say again.
You do get flanking bonus, so +2 on this as well.
All right. Does a 6 hit?
Does a 6? No. Even its touch, the creature's body seems to jiggle as you go to stab at it, and it seems to slightly just like move out of the way as it like seems to suck itself in, try and make itself look bigger than Essa.
And I use my movement to get here.
You did.
Get another action.
Correct. As you stand there. However, the creature has yet to spot you.
Well, maybe next time.
Just jiggle.
Yeah, it just jiggled out of the way. Alright, Uldren, as you end your turn, Ned, you're up once more.
So, do we know which way the goblins are coming from?
Not as of yet. The party can hear them, their footsteps going about, and Roloman has kind of informed you there's 6 of them, but otherwise, no.
Okay.
You can do a listen check if you'd like to use that as your action.
Sure. Yeah, I'll do a listen.
Let's see what you got. And if that fails, you can also, or if you'd rather, you can also do like knowledge nature to see if you can figure out based on the way the caves are formed what the most ideal wet pathway would be for the goblins. Because goblins are considered an animal at this era, so.
I rolled the listen before you said that.
No worries.
Disappeared. Where'd it go? Shit. Where's the dice log on World End, Bill?
There is none.
There is not.
No, I thought there was somewhere.
No, it doesn't work.
Yeah, we haven't figured out how to get to work yet. Yeah, so if you couldn't catch it, then you get to re-roll. You're good.
Okay.
However, what I'm hearing is the
I
American
go
handle.
knowledge nature, and I rolled 6.
16. Knowing what you know, very little about goblins, but based on the fact that creatures similar to goblins have existed all similarly in your near your grove and in the area around your forest, goblins, being smart creatures, would typically tend to split up into groups when being attacked, and are more likely to focus on ambushing, as they're not very capable in a fight. So as you kind of think about it for a moment, looking at the cave, so you'd guess that if these goblins are attacking, they're probably going to come from 2 different directions to ambush you, and they're probably going to use something like a water elemental or something larger to distract the party.
Okay. I'm just gonna go ambush and turn towards one of the openings.
Okay.
That will be my turn, unless I will, since I'm not moving, hold an action in case one turns the corner to smack it.
Okay. The water elemental is up, seeing Essa and not having noticed yet that it is being flanked. It is going to try and grapple Essa.
It's a grappler.
Yeah, which means that it does give you an attack of opportunity on it.
Does it have improved grapple?
It
No?
does not. So you do get to your attack of opportunity to see if you can smack it before, or its grapple goes off.
Alright.
Many more hurts.
So that's a 22 to hit,
Damn, bro.
Damn.
and it's with a dagger, so that's a threat.
Yeah, you succeed. You break the grapple before the creature can hold on to you.
But crit his ass.
Go ahead and roll, yeah.
+3, that's a 15.
15 does not hit as you try to stab into the creature.
It's a hit.
Huh?
Let's see. That it hits a hit.
Yeah.
That works. 3 damage.
3 points of damage. Yeah, as you try to stab at the creature, going at it, the creature backing away, just barely taking a nick to its what you assume it to be its stomach. It seems to like blow its chest back up and tries to become more imposing at you. It is going to make a second grapple attempt as it's not moving again. So feel free to make another attack of opportunity.
This shit again.
So touchy.
21.
Fuck.
Get away from me.
You succeed.
I'm not even that good at melee. I have a +3.
I know, right?
Back off.
Is that a crit for a dagger? Or is it just
No, I rolled an 18. Dagger's 19 to 20.
Still hits though. Yeah, go ahead and roll.
Minimum damage too.
Yeah, stabbing at the creature once again as you push it back and clear it away. The creature annoyingly growls at you, ending its turn.
Going to die or be my pet. There's no in between.
Goblin Unit 2 comes around the corner and Ned's held action goes off. Ned, you see as one of the goblins comes charging at you.
All right. I'm just gonna try to crack it upside the head with my club.
All right.
Plus to hit for unexpected swinging.
Yeah, but, oh yeah, I'll tell you. I'll give you a +2.
Okay.
The goblin thought it was ambushing, but we're the
No, it's being ambushed by a large green man.
The green man, no.
Green man group.
Oh, it's /roll, yeah. God damn it.
Oh. What'd you get here?
Oh, as almost as surprised as the goblins are, Ned, you go to swing at the goblin, not expecting this to have actually worked, and the goblin, shocked, jumps out of the way, not expecting you to be there.
Scared me.
Both of you look at each other with complete confusion as the 3 goblins that have just come around the corner kind of look about like, what?
It's the Spider-Man pointing me. It's like, I was gonna ambush you. No, I was gonna ambush you.
Kind of seeing you, the first, and here I'll make a note of this, so that way you guys have that in the initiative, if you're wondering how many goblins there are in each.
Yep.
So there are 3 each, as you look on, but this one, as they come around this little corner, coming up behind Rollman and running into Ned, the first one is going to try and smack Ned with its Morning Star.
No boy.
What's its attack bonus? I forget on this creature. It is not. Oh, it is not great. Oh god, that's not fan. Oh, this is gonna be bad.
Yo, what the fuck is that?
Oh, there's a negative.
I don't know.
What does that mean?
Does a 3 hit, Ned?
Oh well, it does not.
As the creature swings at you.
It also crit failed, maybe.
Did it?
No, it's a 2+1.
No, it's a 2. Yeah, as it goes to roll, the Morningstar smacks into the rock, and the creature looks over at you like confused and concerned as it ends its turn. The other 2 goblins, though, behind it are going to pull out javelins and start chucking them at Ned.
It makes sense we don't understand what they're saying, so like...
After you finish these goblins' turn, can we get like an updated map of like positions?
Yeah, I'll send it.
Hell yeah.
Does a 13 or a 12 hit, Ned?
They both do.
Okay. As they both...
Wooden shield.
Yep.
Everything, pretty much.
As you take 4 points of piercing damage, as the javelins land into you, the creatures seem to kind of laugh and joke as they get more confident, looking over at you with their javelins in hand. All right, give me 1 moment to get the most of the party done.
Ned is mortified and does not look that great.
Alright. It's going to take a second.
It's the first time in his life he has ever been stabbed, and it's
Don't
not
worry,
a
guys.
good feeling.
I have a secret mouse Cthulhu for exactly the situation.
I call it a 9mm.
Wait,
You imagine?
where'd you get that?
Yes, the greatest fantasy.
I have
one
the
in
9.
Yeah.
I've been blessed by the god of modern technology.
Bardra showed up and gave me a gun.
After that amazing prayer I gave, the mother gave me a Glock.
That's
He's
a
pulling
text.
his Glock out.
You said, son, use
He's
this.
pulling his Glock out.
Give me 1 minute, almost done.
Drop
Alright.
top, buckshot.
No one gets to talk
Interface.
shit. I made this in like 2 seconds.
No,
Yep.
that's perfectly fine.
That works.
The best way to pop it up.
We got this,
Oh, I
Ned.
thought you just wrote "you," and then I realized, yes.
No, that's an EW and an U.
I was zoomed out, and I was like, "Does it? DM has some
And
Now,
this tunnel."
if we look at it as if it's with the W's up and down, it's an emu. Don't worry, there's an emu monster coming.
And for reference, just so you have it, there you go. Yeah. All right. Who was I?
Question. Where would I be in this?
That's, you know what, I'm missing
You were
someone.
deleted.
You were right. Yeah, you're right above R, because you're right above R, because you were standing right next to Dom and Kaz, and Rollman.
Gotcha. I was like, I don't know where I am.
Yeah. If you, I wish I didn't even think to do that. I was looking down. It's funny. I looked at your name 3 times and was like trying to figure out where Dom, like what Dom's name was, trying to think here for a second. So it's one of those
Kez
nights.
is on there. The mother saves me.
Yeah.
Takes me out. Yeah, we're good.
Okay, as those 3 goblins finish up their turns from Goblin Unit 2, Kesnanok, you are up again, standing right above Rollman and to the right of the D.
Gotcha. Is there any way to get next to or in front of Ned?
So to do so, it's gonna take double movement because it's because of the cramped space. So basically, if you're moving, in this case, it'd be 10 feet to get up there. You'd have to move 20 feet to get up there.
I have a 60-foot movement speed, anyways. So.
Yeah, you can definitely fit in between Ned and the goblins.
Ned, behind me. I got this. Well, I probably don't got this, but I have a bigger shield.
Yeah, you get right in front of Ned, climbing up in front. The goblin looks at you and smiles with his morning star in his hand.
And I'm gonna attack the goblin.
All right.
Does a 22 hit?
Yeah.
Crunch.
You just
That
got
will
bitch slapped
that
the
will
goblin.
be 5 damage.
Wait, crunch.
5. As you slam
it's a
into
mace.
the slamming into the goblin's jaw, you watch his teeth go flying. The goblin like turns back, its eyes slightly look like it's ajar. The creature kind of stumbling a little bit. It glares at you, and in goblin, do you speak goblin?
No. I do not care of this primitive language.
You hear a bunch of blustering noises from the creature as the other 2 behind them start laughing at you and pointing.
Is it close to primitive?
It is.
Oh,
I feel like
I
we can
understand
guess
that.
it's because
If you
of,
want to roll an
Kesnanok's
intelligence check,
appearance.
I got you.
I'll let you roll the intelligence to see how much of it you catch. Basically.
9.
You get something about woman and weak.
Yep.
And then something about another or something at the end of it.
Woman.
Woman.
Yeah,
Woman.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I told Pez they called you a woman and weak.
Get not glaring down. You used your movement, you used your action as you have a free action if you want to yell at the creature.
I will send you to your maker.
Oh my god.
Quietly states this, looking at them. Alright, as you end your turn, Dom,
It's the
you're
cool
up.
rage of a mother, don't worry.
Could I
guys.
relay that in
Okay.
primitive to them?
Sure, I'll allow it.
Okay, I do.
Alright.
How? Since the goblin tunnel's kind of backed up, how far is it to the water elemental, like next to Essa?
Looking up towards the water elemental from where you're at will be about 25 feet to get in front of Essa.
Or can I get next to her or no?
I mean, you could, it's just going to be,
Would I be out of range?
you'd be within range. You're still within 5, or you're gonna still be within 10 feet of the water elemental.
You're fucking
That's
god
not right.
grumpy.
Oh,
That's not right.
I have 10-foot reach. I keep thinking I have 5-foot reach.
Yeah, I was gonna say, giants have longer reach. So yeah, you could go up behind Essa and try and swing over their head.
Sorry, I'm looking at the 124 roll.
Forgot a D there.
Roll of it.
He's so intimidating.
The 8.
Goblin.
Everyone dies of fear. Okay. I'm trying to think if me punching a water elemental is gonna do much or not, because I don't know much about them in this edition.
What does Dom know?
That's what I'm wondering.
A
I don't
lot
think
about
Dom knows
Utham.
much of anything.
Oh, yeah. Probably too much about
Hey,
Utham, honestly.
listen. You don't know that.
It's not
Utham
know
knows
got
the
here.
exact
Shut up.
underpants that he's.
Look, I'm gonna say it's barely
No.
relevant. Utham does speak Aquan. He does speak Water Elemental.
God damn it.
Ooh.
You know,
Well,
I think
would Utham have taught me
I-
anything?
I don't think so. You know, I think Dom knows the kind of underwear that Utham wears every day.
God damn it.
No, he's not.
For-
That's the one.
That's okay. Ned
Bruise
knows
a
the anvil
fanboy.
wears none.
Play ball it.
Going commando, going au naturel, if you will.
He was
All
writing
right.
down earlier. He
Dom,
told me
what would you like to do?
Do I don't know if this would be an action or a free action. Am I able to hear if in the tunnel next to me if there are sounds of other goblins arriving?
You can do a listen check as an action. Yeah. But that'll give up an action.
Yeah, I'm debating if it's good to stay put and guard the tunnel behind Ralaman or to assist with the water elemental. I mean, that's an Aldrin, you've got it covered, right? You guys are pretty badass, yeah?
Unsure, but we'll find out.
We will definitely
Okay,
see.
well, I can do the thing I want to do later if the need arises. But yeah, I think Domnander's gonna take a second to, and for if he's getting flanked from behind, because we don't vibe with that here.
Okay.
Let's see. That'll be a 19.
For listen?
Yes.
As you start listening into the sounds of the caves, you pick up the fact that there doesn't seem to be the sounds of any further goblins into the cave. However, what does catch your attention is you do hear the sounds of more goblin-like footsteps coming from back towards the entrance that you came down, and where Uldren's back is currently facing towards.
Now the thing is, should I risk calling out to warn him or not? Because there's definitely other shit in this cave. Yeah, I know what? Actually, remembering what happened earlier today, I think I have my answer. So Tom will stay quiet. Suppose that was an action, so I can't ready an action. I'm just going to turn with my back to Ralaman's, like to face the open tunnel, just in case anything does arrive. And I will say quietly to him, more goblins up ahead where Issa and Uldren are. And just, I guess, end my turn there. Not much I can do. I'm
Okay.
a melee boy.
All right. As you end your turn, going back up to the top, Essa, you're up.
I meant Issa.
I guess I'm Issa now.
No, that's your twin sibling.
It's my twin.
The evil twin
Is it
shows
Issa
up.
or Essa?
Essa.
It's Essa.
Okay. I
Do I
psyched
see the
myself
goblins
out.
down the tunnel? So I'm kind of standing.
Yes, they are clearly. Well, actually, Uldren, how tall are you again?
I'm 7'1".
I can see between his legs.
Yeah. Well, he's still pretty tall, so he does take up majority of the space. So at this
Dude,
point,
his
you
balls
probably
block your vision.
you can give me a spot check to see if you notice anything. But it'd be an action for a search check if you're looking for if you want to search for goblins.
I'll just do the spot to see if I passively, see them.
Okay.
Yo,
But it's 17.
17. So you do see the first goblin coming around the corner with a javelin aimed at Uldren.
it
Uh,
sees me at a 27
You're
stealth.
not hiding behind anything.
Also, I will tell you, it did roll high enough, Uldren, to spot you.
Also, you do have a nice blue background on you,
I'm going.
That's
to
not the
shoot
case.
That goblin with a poisoned arrow.
All right.
Poison.
I have Dream Lily. We're gonna see if it doesn't like this very much.
Yo,
addicted,
get
man.
that
What the
goblin
hell?
high.
We were told that a drop was enough to knock out a decent sized creature. So
Works out me. Never got one.
yeah,
I'm gonna
that's
kill
what I
him,
mean.
But okay.
21 to hit.
21 hits.
I don't know what the DC of this is because you never told me. So
For the Dream Lily, don't worry about it. I'm just gonna
Okay.
roll the fortitude for this. And you watch as the now was an arrow that you're shooting at them?
yeah, it is an arrow.
Okay, so go and did you for what was the to hit again? Remind me. You said
21.
21. Yeah. Okay. Go ahead and roll damage for the arrow.
Already did. That's 8 damage.
8 damage. As the arrow pierces into the goblin, for a moment you see as its eyes kind of turn a shade of purplish, covering over it, completely covering over like a film. The creature seems to fall over While almost blissful looking for a moment with a smile on its face, you also soon notice the amount of blood coming out of the wound that you just put into it probably just killed the goblin. You
You know,
Are goblins considered vermin?
no, but they do only have about a D8 worth of health.
I would say, what are they? Because I have two different.
They are humanoid.
Okay, then no. However, you did tell me before. Well, also because fucking I know because James took a whiff. It is also like an aerosol poison. It does permeate the air. So
It
those other
does.
goblins.
They gotta go through that cloud of that haze.
Yep.
You hotbox them, bro. What the hell?
But
I
Essa,
think
you let one arrow loose, knocking down the one. You do see the second one coming around the corner that's just barely making it.
Oh, I'm gonna shoot that one then.
Okay.
My arrows weren't working in the water element, so I may as well fuck up the goblins.
All right, let's see what you got.
13 plus 5, 18. No, it's minus 2, so 16.
The goblin dodges away from you this time.
He's quick and nimble.
That little shit. I have one last shot. That little shit. 23.
23 hits.
Little shit thinks he can dodge my arrows.
As you take a second shot, as he gets confident with a smile on his face, the second one managing to smack dead center into the creature.
7 damage.
As it does so, it sticks, and you see the creature just like breathe suddenly as it tries, like it's trying to breathe. Its lung seems to have been pierced, so the creature seems like be holding its chest and like trying to pull the arrow out of it.
I'm just staring down. That is my last shot. I'm just staring down this goblin with my little slightly shining green eyes. And I'm just whispering, come here, you little shit, and give you another one.
As you say that, it is hit their turn. It is going to run the full 25 feet up to Uldren. Not seeing Uldren, this goblin is going to try and circle to the side of him, which does not get an attack of opportunity because he's not trying to move out of your attack zone. And he's going to smack the water elemental with something.
Oh, cool. Oh, wait, no, maybe not cool. Depends what he's smacking it with.
It really does depend what he's smacking.
It's smacking his ass.
That just hits the touch AC. Oh no, for you. The elemental starts turning red. And
shit.
glowing with rage as the goblin snickers and laughs as its arrow is still in its chest and it's still coughing blood.
Is that the rage poison from last time?
Correct.
I believe elementals are poison immune to everything.
This one does seem to be affected
They were
though.
back in 5e.
Special qualities is elemental traits is what you're referring to. This one does not for some reason.
That's weird. Okay. Because I was going to say, because it doesn't even have muscles to energize for the poison. That's odd.
You do watch as the crystal in the center starts to glow red as well. The secondary goblin, or the third goblin of that group, is going to come around the corner and is going to take its javelin and chuck it at Essa. Still not seeing Uldren. Does an 8 hit?
Nope.
As it's not moving any further. Oh, no, it did move because I had to move up 5 feet to shoot.
Had
Take
to
a
move
stake
up.
at you. It is going to, taking a look at what's happening, is going to go back around the corner for full cover. Ending its turn. Rolliman, you are up.
Do I know of this red slime or no?
You can't see the water elemental from where you're standing. You only see the 3 goblins that are currently standing in front of Kesnanok and Ned. Well, Kesnanok technically.
Can I get in range of 2 of them at once or no?
With where you're at, you'll take double your movement speed to get up to right next to Kesnanok. It'll make you 2 cramps, so you will get a negative standing next to each other in this tight corridor.
Could I instead go around this stone?
You can. That will take you up and next to the water elemental's zone, though, of attack if you go up there around Essa.
Or be within the water elemental's range?
It has a 10-foot range, yeah.
Man.
So you got a choice to either move up there or try and circle around, or you got some other idea. I'm down for it.
Yeah, I'll join the fight with the water elemental. I will go this way with my intention of going around to flank the goblins, but seeing the red water elemental
now bursting and blowing over towards Essa, covering Essa in like rainwater.
Alright, I will join the fight on this thing.
All right. Come up next to the water elemental. The creature seems to still be blowing like spit at Essa and like pushing its chest up and growling.
Alright, I will start with the maneuver leading the attack.
Okay.
Am I flanking with Aldrin?
Yes, you would be flanking. Correct.
23.
23 hits.
Alright. Alright, for next round, you'll have a +4. The hitting.
All of us?
Yes.
Ooh.
Yes.
11.
For that specific enemy or just
For that
in
specific
general?
enemy.
Yeah, I'll know where I'm on to.
That's
11?
what I thought.
Yeah, slamming into the creature, you watch as your sword cuts right into the flesh, or the watery flesh of the creature. And where normally you'd expect your sword to really cleanly go through, something, like, almost the water feels thicker now due to this strange coloration. Essa and Uldren, you both noticing this as the blade kind of catches, and actually as Rollman pulls it out, starts to leak water from the inside of the, like, outer skin now that has been created in this creature.
It's a balloon.
God damn it, no!
Water balloon.
Roland excitedly smiling at the water elemental.
Plastic. Plastic has been invented. Holy shit.
God damn it.
And I moved.
Yep. And your turn.
Since that's 10-foot rage, how much movement did I use to get up here?
That would have been to get all the way up from where you were, would have been 25 feet-ish, yeah.
Alright, I will back up 5 feet and then take a 5-foot step out of the range with out of attack opportunity.
Okay. Alright, the creature seems to continue to bellow and, like, huff, like, keeps making these weird, like, huffing noises at Essa as it's trying to, like, intimidate her.
Do I recognize what has happened to it or no? I wasn't here for the initiation of the poison. But...
You can roll if you have knowledge medicine or knowledge alchemy or craft alchemy or knowledge poison. Any of those would work. Otherwise, no, you wouldn't.
Best I got is a heal check.
Nope, not in this situation. You'd have to examine the body closer to get the more information.
It's not turn, but I have craft poison making.
I will say out. It's red. Slime's red.
All right. As you shout this out to the party, they all seem to hear you. Uldren, you are up as you hear this.
All right. Let's go in again for what I did before. Sudden stealth attack.
All right. See what you got.
16 plus 4, that's an unnatural 20.
That hits.
All right.
Creature still not seeing you and still having very low AC for that reason.
Now, to make sure I know the rules for, because I can see this, I get an extra D6 for the sudden strike, but for stealth attacks, I believe it's still the same as it was in 5e, correct?
You just get an extra d6.
Yeah.
Okay.
2 damage.
So that's gonna be 6 plus, so that's 8, 12 damage.
You stab into the water elemental once again, watching the creature, like, as your blade connects into it, tearing at this, like, thicker skin that seems to be growing. The creature starts shooting out more and more water onto the ground. As the water starts to get more and more onto the ground, I need a fortitude save from all 3 party members that are next to the creature, which would be...
Not next to it anymore.
Oh, that's correct. Rollman didn't move. So sorry. Rather Essa and Uldren.
Okay.
17.
17. Okay.
19.
19. You both manage to kind of like kick off the water off your feet as you start to feel some sort of strange numbness in your foot for a moment, pushing it away and kind of stepping out of the water onto the small few rocks that are slightly raised up to avoid more of the water getting on you. All right, Uldren, you've made an attack. You haven't moved.
I will go in for another strike.
Okay. See what you got.
That's a 19 to hit.
19.
+4, by the way.
That's with the +4.
Okay.
19 does hit. It still has not yet noticed you. Is it no
In
has?
contrast to the max damage last time, it's 1, 4, so that's 5, 8 damage.
Slashing into the creature once more. More of the water splashes out onto the ground, managing to look about. The creature seems to finally spot you, noticing you behind it. It seems to huff at you for a moment and then focus back onto Essa. All right. With your 2 actions, Uldren, is there any free actions you wanted to take or anything?
Stealth.
Stealth? That's not a free action.
Okay.
All right. Ned, going down to you, mate. You're up.
All right. The first thing I'm going to do is hold my club up in the air, and Kez, since you're right next to me, you would notice that all of a sudden the club seems like it looks a little bit bigger. I cast Shillelagh.
Okay.
No, I'm surprised you're not using the quarterstaff that you were given.
I need a hand for my shield, so.
Oh yes, of course.
And then I'm going to swing this
Let's.
club.
All right. Let's see what you guys. You're gonna swing at the goblins.
And I
As you swing, the goblin ducks below the blow, easily dodging out of it as you slam into some rocks, watching the rocks kind of slightly crumble and drop to the ground. Yep.
Shillelagh's an action, so that was both actions I could do.
All right, as you finish up your turn, glaring at the goblin, it looks up. The goblin seems to look up at the cave a little warily after you smacked it. But as you end your turn, the water elemental is up. He is going to roll for fortitude to see if he can survive the round. As the creature is going to then immediately try and grapple onto Essa.
Fuck off.
Fuck you!
Alright, go ahead and roll to see if you can get your attack of opportunity to hit the creature.
You have +4.
You do.
Like a +4 on top of my. Oh shit. Okay.
Yeah, it's for the round.
Then that makes that. Let's see, 17, 21. I put a +3 for melee. 24.
That hits.
Stay away from me. God damn it. I'll just click the button for this. 2 damage.
2 damage. Yet stabbing into it, the creature huffs at you and kind of glares, and then turns and looks over at, kind of turns around, looks at Uldren, and tries to do the same to him. Uldren, go ahead and give me an attack of opportunity.
He's harder to. He's probably more efficient with a dagger than Essa is.
Creature doesn't know that.
That is a 19.
Shit. That hits its AC. You manage to barely break free of the grapple as the creature just glares at both of you, kind of turning back and forth, ending its turn.
Being bullied by the Dex
Much
character.
damage.
Huh?
Yeah, that's why I
You roll
didn't move up.
Aldrin.
Oh yeah, go ahead and roll your damage, Uldren. Yeah, that's right.
That's 2 damage.
Nice.
Hey,
As
do.
you stab into the creature, you watch as the final cut seems to break enough of the skin on the water elemental. The crystal inside seems to snap from the violence of the wounds and the actions. The water seems to drop down to the ground. Now, Uldren and Rolliman and Essa, please all give me reflex saves for this.
Reflex save.
To see if you get out of the water before it hits you.
18.
18 succeeds.
Yeah, I'm actually good at reflex saves. This is what I'm built for.
I am too, but I got a low roll. I got
Oh,
a 10.
at 1. We love those.
Oh,
Oh,
shit.
no.
Rolliman. I need a fortitude save from you.
Alright. Roll the no.
And Uldren, what'd you get?
I got a 10.
I also need a fortitude save from you.
Oh my god.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh no.
You guys are in trouble right now. Rollman.
That's really bad.
You are sent into a bloody rage. You will now attack anything and everything that gets near you at full strength with everything you have. You also will make a fortitude save at the beginning of every turn to see if you fail and take full damage or not. Go
We
ahead.
need the mushrooms.
Aldrin?
Yes, we need the mushrooms.
18. You succeed the fortitude save, managing to kick the water off your foot as it starts to get closer to your skin, managing to find a higher rock. The other goblin is also going to roll a fortitude save to see if it also has.
I hope they save. I'll be honest.
Yeah, unless they just fight Rollman to death.
I mean, they might fight the other goblins.
The
so-
goblin fails and immediately starts raging. Although on 1 HP with an arrow in its chest, the creature looks to be raggedly damaged. All right.
I mean, hey, with any luck, they'll start raging against their other goblins.
Goblin Unit 2.
Closest.
Hoorah!
That's what I'm close to. Isn't it?
Yeah, go ahead as far as that goes. Goblin Unit number 2 is going to take their javelin, or is going to take, well, the raging one is going to immediately strike at Aldrin as he is closest to him. With its Morning Star. That's a nat 20.
Jesus fuck!
Oh my
We'll
god.
see if you.
No, just a 22 to hit.
That
Boy.
hits, unfortunately.
Well, does a 14 hit
14
your
hit you?
AC?
Wait, does a 14 hit your AC?
Oh, 14? No.
Okay.
16.
Okay.
You did no crit damage.
Okay.
No crit damage. Good.
Alright. As the Morning Star slams into you, you take 6 points of damage, Aldrin. Oh, I'm sorry, Aldrin. As it slams hard into your gut, the creature angrily seems to go at you, and it's going to swing again because it doesn't have a reason not to.
Oh no!
And it's going to swing at you once again, but with a 7 to hit, I assume that does. Actually, wait, you're not down, correct?
I am adrenaline.
Okay. But you're still standing as the creature tries to swing at you again as you dodge out of the way. Okay. That ends its turn. The other one is then going to take its javelin and try to throw it at Aldrin's back. Seeing that he looks injured and seeing that Essa is still kind of blocked, and for a plus with a 5, he fails on the first one. He's going to do it again. For 10, as both
Hey,
javelins
you
kind of
doubled
go wide.
You
Huh?
doubled it.
I did?
No, because 5.
Oh, okay. Yeah, as the creature throws both javelins, they slam into the ground. The creature seems to scream out angrily as it's cursing its luck. Finishing its turn, Kesnanok, you are up.
Alright. So, what is the state of the goblins in front of me?
There is still 2 of them, or all 3 of them standing there at this point. The front one looks to be pretty injured. The other 2 look to be fine.
Great. I am going to attack the injured one. Does a
Alright.
20 hit?
20 does hit.
Fantastic. That'll be 6 damage.
You smack into the goblin, and as you do so, the head just bursts like a melon onto the side of the wall, exploding out. The other 2 goblins look on at you with fear for a moment, ready to strike with their weapons, but holding javelins look to be a little nervous.
Are they within range or no?
They are. The second one is 10 feet from you. So if you have 10-foot range as a giant, then you would be able to reach them.
I mean, I'm 9 feet tall, but I think you still gave me the size of
The
medium,
10-foot
so I don't
range. Oh, okay. Yeah, then you only have the 5-foot reach, so you'll have to move up a little bit to hit them.
know. Gotcha. So the second one is 10 feet away. Is the third one also 10 feet away?
The third one is 15.
If Hunter wants to
okay.
attack, you get a 5-foot step for free as part of a full attack.
Oh?
Yes, that is
So
correct.
you could just step towards him after hitting that guy and still get your second attack.
Okay, I did not know that. Thank you, Chaston. So yeah, I'll take the
Okay.
5 movement and
Yeah.
then attack again.
Yeah, stepping forward, you get ready to swing the mace. The goblin looks up at fear as you move closer.
Does a 16 hit?
It barely does on this one.
Ooh. All right.
This is
5
dumb.
damage.
You slam into the goblin. This creature seems to get squished into the wall slightly as you hear its back slightly snap under the impact. The creature kind of shrieks slightly in pain. That seems to be almost kind of crushed under the weight, but it's still standing as it looks up at you, scared and terrified.
And that's it.
All right. As you end your turn, Dom, you are up. Still holding your action. Yeah.
Now, because I Rolliman call out for about the slime, Dom will turn around to look in that direction. Do I see that he has entered rage?
You do not see Rollman as he is blocked by the rock. You can see Essa's back, and you can see the water elemental is dead now, or is gone now.
I heard him saying that the slime was like turning red, essentially.
Yeah.
All that.
Yeah.
So I have a in-plot reason. Look around the area to see if I can find the 2 mushroom types needed to cure that. Then.
Yeah.
Which is what I want to do, a spot check or whatever it would take.
Search,
find,
since you're actively looking for it.
To be in this cave.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Go ahead and give me a search check. See what you got.
Rolliman, please don't die. I don't want to be part of the party held responsible.
I think it's less me dying and more how much I injure you guys.
He's about to kill you guys if you don't put him
you'll
down.
Eventually explode.
Yeah.
He'll eventually explode.
True. All right. Go ahead and give me a search check. See what you got.
I did roll, by the way, for what I asked.
Yeah, I saw. Don't worry, I'll get to it at the top. What'd you get, Dom? Oh. Did we lose Dom?
Dom got eaten by a mushroom.
Got touched by water.
The mushrooms were plant monsters. No.
The toads got him.
I heard the dice roll, and then I guess the dice didn't like what they rolled.
The dice killed the microphone.
The dice was a mimic.
Mm-hmm.
Knew it.
Dice.
It's like the coins
Mm-hmm.
that Cameron had.
Let's see. Give him a minute. Oh, there we go. I'm cutting out. You're not even talking on our end. You're not even there on our end. Let me know once you're back, Dom. No issues. In the meantime, while Dom is taking a second to fix their internet, Essa, to answer your question, Dream Lily is not really effective at counteracting the poison that you can think of, but in theory, they can't be affected by its worst parts of its effect if they're asleep.
I was saying, my thought was it's an extreme relaxant. Well, this seems to be the opposite.
Yeah, but with a roll like that, you're pretty sure it would not work in the way you're thinking. The best case that you can think of is looking at this, it'll slow down the Fortitude slaves and lower the DC on it because the body will be more relaxed.
I mean, it's something.
All right. Give him a
Hello,
minute.
am I back?
Welcome back.
Yep.
I'm
Nope.
that has
What?
Oh.
Wow.
We had
Where did you come from? Where did you go?
We
Where
passed
did
the
you come
time frame
from?
of my.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's getting late. That might be why
Oh,
the internet's starting to go.
I'm lagging out. Everyone is robot.
Yeah, bebop boot.
Well,
Oh,
by
yeah.
everyone I mean I am, because I have shit data right now, and I think the internet dropped. Did I find any mushrooms?
What did you roll?
What did you roll?
Oh, you didn't get to hear me before I cut out 19.
19.
Actually,
As you look back over by the
+1.
as you look by the spider web clumps, you do notice there's about 7 of each of the mushrooms, kind of clumped together under some broken eggs.
Give them to me.
Okay, how far is that from me?
About 5 feet from you.
Okay, what would it be an action, free action to grab?
It would be an action.
one of each type?
If you're gonna move over and grab them, I won't make you make an action just to grab them. It would just be the movement to get over there and then get to wherever you're going with them.
Okay. Well, I already did an action to
Do the search, yeah.
search.
So
I will spot the mushrooms, and Dom Thunder will call out to Kezanak. There's some of the mushrooms over here. and I'll run to grab 2 of them and then make my way towards the slime. I don't think I can get there with full movement, so.
Just give them to me.
All right. As
Yeah, I'll get as close as I can.
yeah, getting up to grabbing them and heading up towards Essa, you get up there. As you
Yeah,
rush.
actually-
Oh, good.
Can I say I grabbed like 2 of each type, or is it?
That's
am I only
fine.
able to grab like 1 of
Yeah,
each?
I'm down with
Okay,
that. Yeah.
I want to come with extras. I'll leave the rest for Keznok.
Okay. Yeah, grabbing 2 of them, 2 of each, you head up towards Essa, kind of standing up behind them, waiting for or watching for what's going on as you see Rollman in a rage as you end
Oh,
your
shit.
turn. Essa,
That's
you...
terrible.
Yeah, Essa, you are up. What would you like to do?
Can I grab 1 of each from Dom?
Yeah. Grabbing both, one of each, assuming Dom doesn't resist. I assume not, so yeah.
All right, big guy. Let's dance. And I'm going to rush him with the mushrooms.
Alright, make an unarmed attack against Rolliman.
Yeah.
Do I have reduced
Oh,
AC
this
for
is it.
raging?
Yes, you do.
Is it -2, I think, right?
I believe it is. It's -2 for barbarians, yeah.
Okay.
18, I think with strength, so 21, because plus 2 bonus attack.
That
Base
hits.
attack bonus.
You're also technically flanking him because of the goblins behind him.
Okay, well, even higher then, but I think a 21
Don't
is high
worry,
enough.
my AC is a 14 right now.
Yeah. Yeah, you shove them into his mouth, grabbing hold of him, shoving him down. Rolliman starts to chew, and Rolliman, your mind kind of clears for a minute as you now see Essa like right in your face with their hand covering your mouth.
You good?
I think so.
All right, awesome.
All right, that's your movement and attack.
I remember
Yep.
having to do that to other people.
Yep.
Good
Yep.
times.
Anything-
That's my turn, but I think it was worth it.
All right. Goblin 1 is going to make his fortitude now, which is going to be worse because of the situation. So that's going to be now minus that. You watch as the goblin on 1 HP explodes completely as the body overwhelms, ending his
Very cool.
turn. The
Up like a balloon.
second goblin is going to grab his thing and put it into himself, and he's going to roll.
I was about to say, did any of the splattering of the goblin get on the other 2 that he was next to?
It would, but it would not affect them in this one, in this situation.
It was
As
just the one that it's made of liquid.
the other goblin at the very end of the hallway, injecting himself with the material, with the poison, thinking he's going to take on Uldren and kill him in a single sweep, also finds himself falling to the poison as it kills him, and his body breaks.
He tried.
Very cool.
Ending his turn, Rolliman, the other 2 goblins down at the end of at the back of the hallway now, right behind you, are the only 2 left. The only 2 left. One looking almost dead, the other looking terrified.
Great. Steel wind. I'm gonna hit them both.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah.
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 Okay.
Yeah.
See what you
I don't
got.
like anything, am I? Or am I?
You are not. Well, not in this situation. No, not because there's 2 of them. Yeah.
Man, you couldn't let me rage during this when I hit the.
No, we could
19.
not. 19, that hits.
All right. I don't think I can roll. I actually might be able to, but
If you roll really poorly, I think you can.
let's roll. 2d8.
Mm-hmm.
Dead.
Split between them. Let's see. It's a 6
Well, no,
and
that's
a
not for
1.
one of them.
Oh, that's for one of them. Oh,
You get 2 separate tables.
yeah. Which are you attacking the injured one with that, or are you attacking the one that looks to be just terrified?
Do the injured one first.
You easily crush or cut the creature's head clean off as you turn and swing on it with almost an artistic, or well practiced and beauty of a swing. It comes through cleanly, latching into the rock right next to Keznok as the head goes flying.
13 for the other one.
That does hit this creature as it's not wearing any armor.
Poor guy.
Go ahead and roll damage.
14.
14. The creature, as you lop the second head off the other creature, both drop to the ground as we exit out of initiative. All the creatures dropped unconscious or dead outright.
So,
The sounds
Who
of
wants
water
to-
dripping. Go ahead.
who wants to heal Uldren? He looks like he's barely standing.
Yeah, man. Hey, come over here. I got
That
you.
faints.
Let me grab my healer's kit. with
I'll go grab it.
with a signature from
Maybe.
Utham right on it. Got Utham's healer's kit right over here.
Utham's
Warrior
really
man.
fancy healing kit.
Yeah,
I'll
it was a nice
I'm-
gift. I'll treasure it for my life.
So I like to imagine that the only way I dodged those first javelin strikes was me stumbling over and catching myself. Keeping that going, I'm going to stumble my way over to Rolman as you bring me over to Kez.
Oh, hey there, buddy. You don't look like you're doing too well. Allow me to stitch you up, young man.
Yeah, this isn't going to be good for my heart.
I got you. Do you want me to roll a heal check?
Yes, please. To stabilize.
That will be a 27.
27, yeah, you stabilize him up to 1 HP, and he even gets another 5 HP on top of that, as you manage to take care of the wounds, soldering up.
Does that bring up to full health?
Not quite, I think.
Stabilize,
it's
stabilize,
and then-
yeah,
Am I
1 plus
willing
5, yeah.
To pull the javelin out of my shoulder.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, man, I got you.
And then I'd like to harvest the venom sacs from the spiders now that we're not being attacked.
Yeah, go ahead and give me a survival check for that.
Okay.
Aldrin, do you mind rummaging through with the goblins while I assist Ned here with this javelin in his shoulder?
17 because plus from the masterwork set I have.
You pick up 4 vials of spider venom. The vials are 8 ounces, by the way.
I'll ask Dom to help me search the caves, make sure we're not forgetting anything. While there's
Yeah.
Go to hear me.
Spending some time as you lot kind of go together, kind of looking about, starting to harvest up some of the materials from the monsters. The party manages to get, after, I imagine just kind of sitting down for the day, going through everything, 3 pounds of spider silk, which gives you, basically in total, 50 feet of the material.
Silk rope.
Let's see. 2, 4, 6, so 12 goblin ears.
Oh boy.
How much did I heal?
6 in total.
Okay.
Yep. And then, here we go. 1 mental gem. And then, as you, Rollman, who are you taking with you to search? Dom. As you and Dom start heading further into the cave, the two of you manage to find a small stockpile of items within the central area. A couple of spider webs wrapped up in it, but as you pull it, you pull out a cloak and about 300 gold pieces.
Oh, dear God. That's a lot of money. Still, there's the largest amount of money we've ever seen.
Oh. I imagine Rollman's like, oh, that's a good little
Listen,
chunk.
I know how much you guys have been getting. I know. Come on, dude,
Well,
don't
it's a
take
good
this
little
away from me.
chunk.
It's big. It's huge. Look at all that.
As you kind of admire all the gold, the cloak itself, are you going to be getting it identified, just to make clear? Or does anybody have identify? Just making sure.
If you'd allow me, I could appraise it.
You could? Yeah, you can try and appraise.
12.
Let me double check something. Alright. With a 12. You get that this is a cloak. The item is somewhat not very common by the looks of the material, as it's made of finer monster bits, though you're unsure as you've never seen monsters that look like this. As you look about the items, you're not 100% sure what the cloak is.
Seems fashionable.
Yeah. But as we wrap up, let me add on to the party's last bit. As you lot take a moment, breathe, sit down to kind of set up camp, you gain your XP, and that is where we're going to end here for tonight. Thank you all for watching, and we hope you enjoyed.